Guys, get the likes up, share the video. Positivity is coming your way at the speed of light. More since Trump became president, at least. Guys, get the likes up. Guys, this is a liberal show today. People who are liberals can call in. Guys, get the likes up, share the video. Positivity is coming your way at the speed of light. Oh, it's all bullshit. It's all just capitalism. It's like they've done experiments with monkeys and apes. They all just want more resources. They kill each other for more resources. That's all. This is all a costume. All of that shit is a costume. Conservatives don't really. Conservatives, hey man, conservatives are full of shit, just like any other political party. They're full of shit. Ben Shapiro lives in Nashville. He lives in Nashville too. Yeah, man. It's all BS. It's all BS, bro. People who are anti-slavery, they sure as hell use products made by slave labor to this day. Anti-capitalist, live in a hyper-capitalistic society, America. During the election, I was saying, listen, don't let these foreigners say anything to you about their country. Have them get on camera and show their country on camera. Challenge these foreigners. Twitter, YouTube. Hey, turn your camera on. Yeah, you notice none of them do it. This is what makes me Christ-like, man. To be completely honest with you. It's all bullshit. It's all of it is just a global game of just nonsense. Turn your camera on since your country's so goddamn great. You're waving your flag, but how come you're not waving your flag in your own country? Because you don't really love your own country. I want a white ethno state. Well, why don't the fuck you go live in, I don't know, Lithuania? I don't know, Russia or whatever. Those are mostly white ass countries because they don't really want that shit. No, I want to live solely amongst blacks. Motherfucker, go live in Liberia. Ain't no goddamn. It's only blacks there. Blue cities are better, flat out. I'm on that shit today. If they're not, if you are conservative and live in a conservative area, let's do a compare and contrast. That's all we gotta do. What's up, Zach? Salute to you, man. The title, man. The title. Go ahead, buddy.
So, CT, the question I'd like to pose to you is: if you had to define it by three ways, what would be the three main differences between conservatives and liberals at this stage in the game?
Zach, let me read the super chat. Serious with the $5 super chat. Conservative values built the country. Liberal ideology will eventually destroy it. They are building concrete plantations, no freedom or ownership. I disagree with that. I believe that the founders indeed were very, very liberal, to be completely honest with you, man. They were not conservative. They were not conservative. They sure as hell didn't conserve the monarchy. That's the lie. That is the lie in itself. They weren't conservative. Hey, how would a conservative be rebellious? Why would you rebel against being something that you were conserving? These people were liberals. Not to say that I'm supporting liberalism, but it's just all bullshit. Now, what was your question again, Zach? Go ahead, buddy. Go ahead.
Again, I was just asking, how would you define the key differences between conservatism and liberalism at this point in history?
conservatives to this day are still holding on to what I still cherish. Borders. We still have a border, right? Liberals don't believe in the border. I mean, clearly we saw that with the last administration. Two, the military. I do believe in a strong military. I do believe in conserving the continued legacy of every damn branch in the military. And truth be told, I do believe that America should protect its borders with the military and, to a degree, police the damn planet. And I would say three, capitalism. Conservatives are definitely, well, not just capitalism, but being able to work for yourself. That's a very conservative view. Liberals, they tend to be wealthier, but they tend to also depend or heavily depend on the government, particularly for employment, welfare, etc. Where conservatives generally don't. Conservatives will work for themselves. They generally will do it. So that's the three things I could say that still exists now. I could be wrong too, but go ahead, guy. Go ahead, sir.
I think those are fair differences, at least in political rhetoric. I will remind people, though, that it was mostly conservatives who passed NAFTA, and there was a great warning at the time that if NAFTA passed, it would cause mass migration across the border. And of course, it is companies that are owned by conservatives and Republicans that love all that mass migration that's come across the border because it gives them cheap labor. So in terms of the rhetoric, sure, there is a difference between the conservatives and liberals, but I'd say at the end of the day that the two parties aren't really doing anything other than playing a game. And it is all by design, and it is all economics. I'd say if there's one key difference right now between the conservatives and liberals, it's where they stand on the LGBTQT thing. And I think that came up in the State of the Union, just like how, they went to the girl that got her face smashed by the man who identifies as the woman in volleyball.
Yeah.
But again, you look at things that were considered liberal traditionally. They're very much alive and well in the Republican Party. And again, right now you have Donald Trump, a lifelong Democrat, who's the face of the Republican Party. When it comes to the First Amendment, he doesn't stand up for the First Amendment. That's something any conservative should do. Right now, he's undermining the First Amendment further with what he wants to do on college campuses. If you target people like Gimpy, you could end up in a slammer. If you burn the American flag, you can end up in the slammer. These are highly un-American positions he's taking. I would not say they're conservative at all.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to the Second Amendment, which conservatives, that's a big thing for him historically, you have the president right now who came out of his mouth. I like take the guns first and due process second. I mean, that couldn't be any more liberal.
That is liberal, yeah.
So again, I don't think there really is any difference between conservatives and liberals anymore, maybe other than the LGBTQT thing. And so many people think if you're against Trump, that makes you liberal or just, again, I'm someone who stands for common sense. And I think there's, in the historical conservative and liberal, I think there's good things on both sides. And that's why the truth is always in the middle. But, just having your guy come on yesterday, Jay Prince, I think is his name, and he was talking about NATO and then showing that he knew absolutely nothing about NATO, literally nothing.
When he said Russia was a part of NATO, I kind of figured.
Right, it's just, and he doesn't know that it was founded in America in Washington, D.C. And again, you learn gematria, you can see why it was established on the date it was, but that's a whole other topic. Anyway, but then later in the conversation, then he's gloating about how he's getting his EBT money. Again, a conservative will be here looking at it and look at this guy wasting his time online, making himself look ignorant, and then happy he's collecting government tax dollars to feed himself when he should be out, doing something productive other than making himself look like a moron online.
He does have a hot dog cart.
Well, that's what he should be out doing then. He should be out selling hot dogs. So, again, I mean, he's an example of you just brought up the whole welfare thing. See, that's the thing. Conservatives will attack people like Jay Prince, and maybe rightfully so. There are people in this world that do deserve some assistance because of things that have happened to them in the world. Again, there's circumstances that certain people have to deal with. But the thing that the Republicans never talk about is how they fund the biggest welfare queens in the world, like the Walmarts of the world. Walmart is one of the biggest recipients of welfare. And do they really need any? I mean, they're one of the biggest, most powerful companies in the world. and they get their stores paid for, their parking lots paid for with taxpayer dollars, which gives them an unfair advantage, which is how they've driven so many smaller mom and pop shops out of business all across this nation. So again, I always try to get people to see the reality of our political parties, and they're really it's fascism. I mean, look at what they speak in front of in the House. They got the Roman fasces on the wall. It's there on display every time they're in the House. The other night, State of the Union, he's standing right in front of the Roman fasces. Again, that is the root word of fascism. That's really all you have going on in this nation, is just mega corporations that run these puppet politicians that make policies that are beneficial for them and keep us in a state of consumption, having to buy all of our goods and services from them, which keeps them in power over us. That's all that's really going on in America. And then you have these two political parties constantly playing this game like, oh, see, the Democrats are keeping the border open. Are they really, though? Did Donald Trump not promise in 2016 that he'd build a big, beautiful wall and have Mexico pay for it? That didn't get done. And of course, that didn't get done on purpose because they need this game. But again, it's those fascist types that want all the cheap illegal immigrants in here because, again, it's good for their bottom line. So,
Manny, I'm only allowing you on the panel because you are a woman. I really didn't want any conservatives up, but you were fine. Go ahead.
Thank you. You know what part of the wall he did build, they tore down and sold off in pieces for pennies on the dollar. And as far as the LGBTQ thing, are you okay with spending $8 million to make mice transgender? I'm just wondering.
No, I'm totally opposed to all that. No, I can't stand any of that.
Okay. All right. Just wondering.
But by the way, I mean,
and you seem very nice.
It's not out of the question that your president actually started as something else along with his wife. You take a good look at them.
Yeah, I used to be a Democrat, and until I realized that they were horrible people.
I'm not sure you understood what I just said. Those little tiny hands, that big old booty. Melania, pretty masculine looking. I'm saying, don't be surprised if they're
not masculine. She's a model. She is not masculine looking. She is beautiful. I don't know what's wrong with you.
Zach, you think Melania,
there's some lady boys that would fool you in Thailand?
Yeah, you think Melania looks masculine, buddy?
I think she has some masculine features. Yeah,
I think she's gorgeous.
It's your opinion, okay?
Yeah,
I think she's super hot for a 50-year-old. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Why is it everybody nowadays in the last at least 10 years, every first lady is a man now? Michelle Obama, now.
You mean Big Mike?
Melania, Big Mike. Yeah, why is every first lady? I mean, well, admittedly, they didn't say Biden's wife, Jill. She's not. Is she a woman? Is she a man? What's going on,
guys? Zach, Hafiz, you guys are. I don't know what you are, Zach, but I know Hafiz. You not being in America, but why are liberal communities and cities better looking aesthetically? There's more, and let's just be honest about it. Why does liberalism breed this?
Yeah, I was gonna call you out on that BS actually about.
Okay, well, give me a conservative. Give me a conservative New York City.
Conservative New York City. I'll give you Dubai. I give you Riyadh. I give you. Do you think is Riyadh a
Dubai is
place?
Conservative? I mean, if I'm not now,
Dubai. You're telling me Dubai.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong here. Aren't there women getting defecated on for money in Dubai? That's not conservative, if you ask me.
No. You see, the thing is, you want to point out like hypocrisies within conservatives, and of course, there's hypocrisies within conservatives and within liberals. But the fact is that if you were to actually look at the judicial system, or the law of Dubai, it's Islamic. I mean, Saudi Arabia. Is that a liberal? You think when you think of liberal countries,
Riyadh and all that, yeah. Riyadh is. You think Riyadh is
Well, they're building skyscrapers. Right. They're building skyscrapers. All I'm saying is that
just talking about in the West.
Okay. I mean, in the West, apart from I mean, apart from like places like Poland, Hungary, those are conservative places, no doubt. Christian, and I think they've got skyscrapers. I don't know. But the thing is, you're right that liberal ideology leads to certain innovations, leads to freedom. You see, ultimately, liberal ideology leads to freedom. There's a reason why the Americans invent, the Chinese and the Japanese replicate. they don't really, I mean, okay, in the last maybe few decades, the Japanese have been inventing new things. But if you think about it, where did the first touchscreen devices emerge out of? If it wasn't for Apple and Google, there would be no iPhones and Android devices.
Correct. Yeah.
Samsung came up with the device after Google created it, after Apple invented the multi-touch system. So it doesn't come out of those places. It becomes regurgitated from those places. So Japan and China are great at remaking and reproducing the inventions that come out of West. The Western world, there is something about the Western culture that allows out of the box thinking, that allows you to sit and do something that no one else has done, because everyone else wants you to be uniform. This is where the downfall of the West is coming, is that they are forcing you into uniformity. They're forcing everyone to be the same. As much as they might pretend and virtue signal about, oh, we like freaky and we like the gays and the LGBT and those in the sort of edges of society.
It's putting people in a box, though, and you don't always. I'm conservative, but I don't agree with everything that the Conservative Party agrees with. Like, I believe you should be able to marry whoever you love. Yeah. I believe that.
I actually think, Miss Mandy, it's the liberals that are actually restricting people and freedoms and freedom of thought and freedom of expression. It's not the conservative liberal order. It's the communist liberal order that is actually trying to force people into conformity. Don't say things, don't do things, behave this way, behave that way, do as we say, use the words we want you to use. It's coming from the left, this restrictive world. It's not actually coming from the conservatives. The conservatives always are a little bit, they've got a bit of a stick in their ass and they're a little bit uptight, but generally they let you be because they have a bit of a libertarian about them. But it's the hard left that this new world order is coming from, and so they're the ones who are going to stifle innovation in the future, not the conservatives. The conservatives want to conserve what has been. Now, sometimes that's good, sometimes it's bad. Sometimes conservatives want to conserve slavery. Maybe we should not be conservative in that sense. But overall, they see the world, they like the way things are, and they want to conserve it. Now, the liberals are the chaotic aspect of society. They're the ones who want to break away. They want to create. They want to make things wild. They want to invent clothes that are outlandish. They want to do outlandish things. Now, if the liberal left, the chaotic aspect of society, there's order and chaos. This is what Jordan Peterson always talks about, order and chaos. That's the world in which we live in. If you don't taper chaos with some order, you'll get a destructive force. And if you don't let the order loosen up a little bit and allow for creativity to emerge, you get stifled in innovation and growth. So they need each other. These two things are symbiotic. It's the yin yang. It's it's expressed all over the world in different ways. We need each other. I don't want to live in a conservative world. I don't want to live in a liberal world. I want to live in a world in which both sides recognize that they have to work symbiotically.
See, I feel like the conservatives know that, though. I feel like we know that, and that the left is coming against us. Like, that was so apparent during Donald Trump's speech the other night. He asked, just for this one night, can we be in unity with each other? And they booed, and they sat there and held their signs up.
Mandy, real quick. I kick in the backs of everybody. Real quick. In America, why do you think conservative communities look like 1940? The infrastructure is stagnant. The best thing in town is off the exit McDonald's. There's no nightlife. Did you even know that Candace lived in a blue city? Like,
I didn't.
Okay, and I'm very good at picking. I'm like the hypocrisy hunter. If that was an actual job, I would probably be the director of that. So why do you think in America it's like this?
I think this big shift to the right is a new thing.
Okay.
I don't think there was this big right wing movement going on 5 years ago, 10 years ago. I think it's a new thing, and I think we're going to see some changes in infants. Wow, I can't say infrastructure, and it's. I think it's going to be different. Like we've seen that in our creators, our YouTube creators, changing sides of who they support and create content on. So I think we're going to see some changes.
You live in a rural town?
I live in a city right outside of Charlotte, North Carolina.
It's red.
My city's red, and apparently, chat put me in my place that Charlotte is blue.
Could Chicago come to Chicago to play? Like I don't know if you have a big playhouse where you're at, but could Chicago come there and your neighbors would go see that play or like Cats? I never seen Cats, but would they go see Cats?
Yeah.
Probably. Oh, really? Okay. Because I just feel like conservatives aren't open to certain type of entertainment, art, and I think that's why these bigger cities thrive. And I think when the art thrives, everything else around it thrives. But anyway, go ahead. Does that make any sense, Mandy? Or
Oh yeah, it does, definitely.
Can I chime in here? I have some questions for Mandy too.
Well, hopefully it goes along with what I'm asking. But anyway, go ahead, Zach.
Well, I'd make the argument that being in the West Coast and living in liberal cities, it doesn't look too hot in liberal cities with all the homelessness and trash and drug problems right now. So that could be an argument that, that offsets the nightlife and the tourism things you're pointing to. And you could also argue that you're saying these conservative towns look like 1940s. Well, that's
they do.
Time when you have more family structure and less problems and less things like drugs and homelessness. So maybe there's a balance to that.
But, yeah, mine does it. That's why I was a little confused because mine doesn't look like 1940s.
Yeah, but does it look like, and man, I rock with you, but
it doesn't. It doesn't look like
New York. I mean, does it look like
no.
Okay,
It's definitely more. The rural towns are red. Let's just be honest.
Yeah, and I lived in a rural town for college, and the only reason why it was fun because the college campus, it's like a vortex, it's like a portal. As soon as you get on the campus, it's like you're going to another dimension, because there's all types of kids there from all over. It's very liberal. And we had so much fun. But then when I stepped off, I felt like I was in like the Andy Griffith show. I'm like, God damn, this is boring.
You think that's because Trump reached out to the farmers? And
no, this was 20 years ago. This is when
a long time ago. Okay.
This is when Bush was in office. Yeah, but I just feel like when I stepped off campus, it was just boring. It was like, it's nothing here. It's like my brain couldn't, I need some action or something. I don't know. I just couldn't take it. I'm like, and that's why I say I think liberalism breeds a level of, but Hafiz said it he said that, hey, that's a conservative city. But Hafiz, Abu Dhabi was built by a Chicago architectural firm, right? A lot of those buildings, right? Or does that technically count? Or
look, when it comes to the Muslim world, then yes, Abu Dhabi, Dubai, they consider them kafirs. They consider them disgusting infidels that have given to Western liberalism. On a Islamic level, you see, this is the weird thing in this situation.
Hold on for a second. Give me a second. Mandy, see, this is what I'm talking about, the hypocrisy.
What in the world?
American man lives in a blue city.
I'm going to tell you though, CT, I feel like I could not be a liberal unless I dyed my hair blue or purple and had like a nose ring right here.
You look amazing, man.
Right,
I can just picture that.
Go ahead.
Hold on, though. I got another
blue hair. That's never going to happen.
Look, let me just get this out. The problem with the situation you guys are looking at when you're trying to divide between liberals and or leftists and rights, or liberals and conservatives, is it's across time as well as space. If you look at America and certain rural areas, which you consider to be conservative today, go back to the 50s, they'll be considered liberal cities. They're not going to be considered. I don't think any red state in this country is banned or would shun homosexuals, would in any way prejudice against them, because all of America accepts homosexuality. Go to the 50s and you'll find that's a whole different thing. So it's the same with the Middle East. The Middle East is that Dubai and Abu Dhabi and Riyadh are considered the liberal compared to Tehran, Islamabad, and Mogadishu. That's because they are literally burning you alive if you say the wrong thing or if the woman has her hair out slightly, from a headscarf. So it all depends on the levels. But Riyadh and Dubai and Abu Dhabi are considered highly conservative, in fact, far more conservative than almost any city in the United States, because they still don't accept homosexuals. They still don't accept transsexuals. A trans person wanted to go to Dubai some years back, and they saw her passport, and it was a male, obviously a male person. They told her to go back. They don't let them in.
Real quick, American Man says, Miss Mandy, I live in North Carolina as well. CT refuses to accept the reality. Where in North Carolina do you live, fella? I'm almost certain, American Man, you live probably in a blue major city. Call in. Go ahead, man. He does. Yes, he does. He does.
Can I ask a question here?
Yeah, go ahead.
Miss Mandy, you're sitting here stumping for Trump. And again, just the thing, like, can we have a night of unity? I mean, was any of his words unifying? I mean, let's just throw that out. That's ridiculous. But again, we are talking about a guy who said, I like take the guns first, due process second. That's a total undermining of the Second Amendment. And what he's doing right now on college campuses and his rhetoric about people who burn flags, this is not the First Amendment. This man is very anti-American. The First and Second Amendment are essentially what set this country apart from every other Western nation. And again, he's acted more like these Europeans that are starting to jail people. I mean, it's been going on in Europe, very liberal Europe, jailing people who speak out against the Gimpies. And you're sitting here stumping for this guy who's a lifelong Democrat. How do you do it?
I am very pro Second Amendment, very pro. I have several guns.
You support him?
Well, what guns has he taken from what people? I would like to know the answer to that.
Again, his rhetoric is on. He said, I like take the guns first and due process second. So if these things do come down the pipe, you know where he stands.
He was talking about.
There's a lot of little infringements going on against the Second Amendment state by state, and you haven't seen him take any real stance to stop that. I haven't heard him come out and say, listen, it says the Second Amendment will not be infringed. It's being infringed all over the place. He's not doing anything to stop that is happening in these states. I live in Washington State right now, where it is very hard to own a weapon.
That's your state, but he was talking about against.
He's a federal leader. This is why you have a federal government, to make sure states don't go against the idea of what America is. It's not just my state either.
Like, quote the whole sentence. It was against migrants.
No, it wasn't against migrants. He said, I like take the guns first and due process second after Stoneman Douglas. That's when he said it.
And he was a very unifying in that speech, incredibly. That's why he said to the Democrats, just this one night, can we come together and try to make America great again? He was trying to bring them all in a peaceful place. You don't think that's unifying? Like a serious question. I'm not being smart at all.
I didn't interpret what he was doing that way at all. I just saw it as very divisive, polarizing political theater.
Okay, what about that? What about the 12-year-old boy that was being bullied for having cancer?
Response to this too. Conservatives always like to act that they're the party that keeps America safe. They're bigger on military than the liberals are, but really both parties always endlessly fund the military more and more is the reality of the situation. The two most deadly incidents of the 21st century in America happened under a liberal president or a conservative president.
Well, gee, I don't know. I haven't looked them up. You just said it.
He's referring to 9/11.
9/11, yeah. 9/11, yeah.
Happened under Bush, a Republican. 11 years to the day of his father, talking about
9/11, yeah.
Talking about liberal globalism in the 11th state, 11 years to the day. And the Cooties 19, where they had to declare this pandemic on the 11th as well, was a Republican in office or a Democrat?
Yeah, Republican. Yep,
Okay.
absolutely.
So again, I just think everyone should take note of these things, and then these things are used as excuses to grow governments, which are very liberal things to do historically.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely using it as an excuse. Good job.
I'm using what excuse?
I think you're picking. You're picking very.
The two biggest events of the 21st century.
Yeah, I could pick out things Democrats are doing too. Why can't we just come together and be a nation?
Well,
Hey, real quick.
I
Hey,
agree.
hold on
I
a second.
agree.
Hey, real quick.
That's all what he was saying. You were
Hey,
asking about unifying.
Hey guys, real quick. Hey, BD, I see you in the back, buddy. You got like a laptop or something, man? You know, BD, you got a laptop? You got a.
He's got an Obama phone. Oh my
What are you
God.
calling on? What is that?
It's the smoke from my weed.
Oh, that makes so much more sense.
All right, go ahead, guys. You got the floor.
But
I thought you
anyway,
put Vaseline on the lens.
no. But to Miss Mandy's point,
Go ahead.
Trump wasn't trying to unify anything. If anything, he was being condescending. Or that it was sarcasm when he told the Democrats, "Can you clap for me today?" What
He didn't
president
say
even
clap
has?
for
Wait,
me.
hold on, let me finish.
Mandy.
What president even has to say? Tell
I
the
try to
opposition to clap for them.
Hold on for a second. I tried to be on the liberal side today, which is really dangerous because I might lose a lot of subs. How is he being condescending, BD?
You know, he called Elizabeth Warren Pocahontas during the middle of a State of the Union. See, I watched the speech today. I ain't watch it when he said it yesterday, but I watched that whole shit today. I came ready for y'all today.
All right, hang tight.
With this nonsense.
BD, did you play sports growing up?
Yes.
How did your coaches in the 90s talk to you, sir?
That explains it.
Like crap.
Okay, that's how men talk to other people. I'm sorry. I like that.
Yeah,
stuff.
but he's not talking to a group of just exclusively men. I get it if the whole room was full of men.
Did you take a lot of shots to the head or something?
But he's not talking to a room full of men. There's plenty of ladies in there, so that really don't apply. You understand what I'm saying?
The sexes were
would
equal.
put him in prison if they had the opportunity.
At the end of the day, my point is Trump had his chance to unify the country. The day after he got, the dude tried to take him out. That was his opportunity to unify the country. He didn't do that.
I got 3 words for
that
you.
was his chance to really unify the country. He didn't do that. That speech wasn't trying to unify anything. That speech was to throw red meat to the people that he throw red meat to.
That makes no sense.
It was a campaign speech.
What, a campaign? He can't run again. How is it?
I know that, but the speech, the tone, the tenor of everything he was saying was him in campaign mode.
Well, BD, let me ask you a question. The 12-year-old boy that has beat brain cancer, and he made him an honorary member of the Secret Service. And
it was special.
You know he's been relentlessly bullied for wanting to be a police officer. Relentlessly. There's videos of him being beat up.
I can imagine.
Do you think that was unifying?
Yes.
Thank you.
And the reasons why the Democrats didn't stand up and clap and all that, because they were in full protest mode.
Do you not think that was a joke?
I'm not saying that what they did was right, but let's do some history here. What president have you seen at the State of the Union not use somebody in the gallery as a prop?
That wasn't the State of the Union.
This is not nothing new.
But that wasn't the State of the Union. That wasn't the State of the Union.
All right, any presidential speech in front of Congress. Let's be more specific. What president don't use a person in the gallery as a prop at some point in the speech? Name me one. I'll wait.
I can't. Real quick, Gibby with the $5 super chat. I see you still sore that I made you look like the fool or a fool yesterday, Zach. The Gimpies know your name now, buddy. Beep.
You want to put up a poll to anyone who feels that was the outcome? You didn't make me look like a fool.
Dry threat. Well, yeah. Go ahead.
No, I just came up here to say that because he wasn't trying to be unifying at all. He was purposely trying to antagonize the Democrats yesterday. The whole tone and tenor of his speech was F you, F you, F you. I'm doing this, and I'm doing this. F you, F you, F you. That's pretty much what he was saying.
I think that's what you wanted to hear.
No, that's not what I wanted to hear. That was the tone and the tenor of his speech.
Do you not think if you would have went into it with a mindset of let me try to be open-minded and try to hear what he wants for our country, that maybe it would have been a little bit better?
Maybe. Anything's possible.
You know what? I appreciate you, BD, because you have an open mind. I appreciate that.
Well, here's the thing. I'm not anti-Republican. I'm anti-Trump. Because Trump is a buffoon.
That's fair. That's fair. I'm not. I don't
I
think
never
he's a
said
buffoon. I don't think he's a
Republicans are
buffoon.
stupid, and there's some conservative stuff that I think should be in play. You understand what I'm saying? Idea-wise, but Trump ain't about ideas.
And there's stuff Trump does that I don't love. I don't love the fact he's so close to Putin. I don't love that.
Yeah, he clapping cheeks for Putin right now.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
He clapping cheeks. He's bent all the way over. Come on, you stop the U.S. government from cyber checking the Russians? Who does that? Since when did America become pro-Russian? And this is a Republican thing. This is a conservative thing. I've never heard a pro-Russian Democrat, maybe other than Tulsi Gabbard. She might be the only one that I've heard pro-Russian.
What's your opinion of him bringing Democrats into his cabinet? What's your opinion of that?
He only brought one, I can't.
No, he brought several. RFK.
Others.
RFK was a Democrat. RFK.
Yeah.
Jr.
RFK, man, he's so many other things now. I don't know what's up with RFK. Like, he was a flaming liberal 20 years ago. He was Ronald Reagan Jr. You understand what I'm saying? 20 years ago. I don't know what the hell happened to RFK. I think COVID messed up RFK. I think he might have caught that and it bugged him out. It changed him because he moved like a meth head. Like, he moved like he on something for real. Like, I know hold on, wait. Y'all used to come on this show and tease Kamala Harris about being drunk.
No.
But y'all never said nothing about how RFK moved and how he looked like a whole junkie.
He has a brain. There's a condition.
Worm. Yeah, he had like a brain worm.
Yeah, you should be ashamed of yourself, BD, for that.
I'm not ashamed. This chaotic truth live. Chaos is what it's for, right?
That affects his voice.
We're here to talk shit.
If anything, RFK keeps in shape for an older man. What is he, 70 now? But that's what liberals do.
So you okay with the whole anti-vaccine stuff? I know your perspective is different because you don't have any children.
I'm okay with his health initiative, sir. Are you?
And all of his children are vaccinated, by the way.
No, I'm not saying he don't believe in vaccines. I'm saying, why preach that to the public, the anti-vaccine stuff, when all of your kids, to your point, all of his kids are vaccinated. So why would you discourage people from vaccinating when your children are vaccinated?
I can't argue that point with you because you're right.
Well, I can answer the question. He answered that in the testimony. He says he has different information now than he had back then. So,
Shifty with the $2 super chat. You are supposed to grow out of liberalism. I can agree with that to a degree. In college, Burkinabe says, CT, if I lived in Massachusetts or Vermont, I would be in shape too. BD, the main topic is why are liberal? Oh, Corey with the $5 super chat. BD, go smoke weed and watch CNN all day.
No, BD, I work, sir.
The question for today is, why are liberal cities thriving while conservative towns are failing? BD, I said what I said. I believe that liberal environments are much better than conservative environments, and I gave my reasoning. But do you feel the same way?
It depends on which liberal environment you speak of, because not all liberal environments are just thriving like that. Everything glitter ain't gold.
Give me the conservative Soho.
A conservative Soho. You ever been to Jacksonville?
Isn't Jacksonville a Democratic holdout? Isn't that Democratic?
Not really, no. Most of Florida is not Democratic.
Wait. I'm almost certain Jacksonville is a Democratic city.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Jacksonville has Let me see. Whoa, wait a minute. I should know this, right? I think Jacksonville is
You
Democratic.
should.
I should, right? Yeah. Of course, my computer freezes stuff. Hang tight, guys. My computer froze. Here we go. Yeah, I think Jacksonville is Democratic. Jacksonville is Democratic, buddy.
Oh,
Put
by
it on the
small margin.
screen.
By small
Put it
margin,
on the
but they are.
screen.
Jacksonville. You said Jacksonville. That's
Yeah, I'm
that's,
just throwing something out there.
that's what I'm saying, man.
I don't know for sure.
That's what
Like
I'm
a
saying,
whole
man.
conservative. I mean, I
I
can
don't
maybe
think-
say Columbia, South Carolina, but we talking like you thinking of a big city, right? A metropolis of New York or Chicago.
I'm just saying, give me a neighborhood, like just Soho, like in New York, right? I didn't mention all of New York City. I just say, give me the conservative Soho. You know, little niche establishments and businesses, little thriving little area.
Conservative Soho.
That's what I'm saying.
That's
Like,
a
I don't
good
think
one,
conservatives
CT.
have. I don't think. My fault, Moxie. I mean, Mandy. I gotta kick in conservatives today. I don't think conservatives have the brain for that, man. En masse, not all conservatives,
No,
right? Not all.
I don't think it got.
You know how like Jesse Lee Peterson says blacks, like not all, not all, not all. I don't think conservatives have the brain for that kind of stuff, man. I just don't think that they had a brain to sit there and watch Cats. You know what Cats is? The Broadway play.
The Broadway play, yeah.
Ain't no goddamn. Ain't you listen now? Mandy said you could bring Cats to her conservative area. That
You can bring it to my area, but I ain't going.
I just don't think conservatives are gonna sit back and just watch Cats. It's too fruity. Now, to me, I like art. I ain't gonna lie to you. I said it. I like Rent. I like Rent.
Oh, Rent's great.
Gay, but I like Rent. Kind of gay, you know. 520, I like the songs, but what I'm saying is that I don't think that conservatives have that. They don't in my opinion, it's like they don't cultivate other options. Like you go to a conservative area, it ain't nothing but goddamn trucks. Now, listen, I've owned several trucks for work, right? But I don't see conservatives just cultivating other just thought processes. Like if you were to drive like oh,
I gotta go. Sorry.
Oh, thank you so much. Like a little Tesla around some conservatives, they'd talk about you. Like to get that little gay car out of here. But go ahead, sir. Go ahead.
Maybe they just don't want to spend the money. See, the liberals had no problem spending the money. Matter of fact, they want to spend money.
Mm-hmm.
The Republicans or the conservatives, they don't want to spend the money. And that's what you get when you don't want to spend the money.
Vanta with the 2 miles.
That's what I think.
Conservative areas are superior, CT. So I guess in the UK, conservative means liberal then, right? It's the reverse, right? I'm almost certain, right? Vanta,
I thought it meant Tory in fucking England.
We got to watch the F-bomb because I'm trying to keep this on public.
Oh,
Vanta.
My bad.
Yeah, okay. That's what I thought. It means liberal. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. Go ahead, Zach. You want to say something? Then let's get Mike in. Go ahead, Zach.
I made mostly my point about how, gone the terms are liberal and conservative. And really the only thing that I would say that separates the two parties at this point is where they stand on LGBTQ. And you see how that's being used right now. Like Trump and his fan base are championing that. Yeah, we're getting the trans out of here and all that. And they're right in this way, but it's like, don't you see how that issue was kind of built up so that everything else that actually impacts all of us can be ignored? Like how crazy the cost is of everything right now, from food to insurance to just everything. Again, people have to see through the game that's being played with us and how these two parties are sold out. And nobody should really be stumping for either side. That lady you just had on here was just a total apologist for something she shouldn't be an apologist for. Again, trying to I don't really care that he said that. How can you not care that he said that? That shows you what he thinks about the Second Amendment. It shows you what he thinks about the First Amendment. He doesn't support them. If you don't support those things, you're not a real American. And again, and then getting up there and acting like you're the American because I want to send people to prison for a year if they burn the flag. That's also not American. Again, some people are falling for this, and it's tragic. CT, I want to know why you continue to wear that "Make America Great Again" hat. What do you support about Trump now that you've seen his first month, where he's done absolutely nothing for the average American, and he's now creating a needless trade war that's only going to pass on more expenses to us and help out his buddy at the World Economic Forum, Klaus Schwab, who said by 2030 you'll own nothing and be happy. Also, he said he wanted the Panama Canal back, and notice it was taken back by the numbers by his other Jesuit buddy that runs the BlackRock company that are partners with the World Economic Forum. Can't you see these parties are just serving a fascist operation that works against the American people year by year, administration by administration, as the quality of life declines for all of us?
Zach, if you truly believed in any of the bullshit you said, you wouldn't be in this country, man, with your beautiful family. You would leave. You live in the lap of luck. You have you asked me a question, now you cut me. Okay, go ahead, man.
You can't escape what's happening, and no, you should not.
Can I answer your question? Can I answer the question without being cut off?
Okay, go ahead. But it was a statement, not a question.
You don't believe in what you were saying, sir. This is what I was talking about earlier. You live in the lap of luxury in America. You own multiple properties. You have a beautiful family. You have a beautiful product that you are selling. To a degree that's making you a lot of money. If you really believed in tyranny and you were under the threat of tyranny, you would hop on the first class ticket to a better country, sir. The fact of the matter is, man, ain't nothing about to happen. You are not a global economist, or you're not, man. You're
hold on. So you saying if you don't have no money, you don't believe in tyranny?
Can I finish? Can I finish?
That's what it sounded like, CT.
Can I finish, BD? May I finish what I was saying, please? Is this not my show? Isn't there a Bible verse? Can I not do with what my property, with whatever? I can't think of the Bible verse. But what I'm saying is, what's the Bible verse? Is it not my right to do with my property as I wish, or whatever? I don't know. Is that First Genesis? I don't know. Sega Genesis, first 1 and 2. Anyway, listen. Zach is full of shit, BD. He's asking me about this hat. All the while, he's supporting slavery right now. He's supporting tyranny right now. You are. Don't you got an Apple? Don't you got an Apple phone, sir? Don't you use a product that's made by cocaine, which is being extracted from mines by black children in Congo, sir? And put together by Uyghurs in China? We're both a part of the same hypocrisy, Zach. You are an imperialist. I'm an imperialist. America is going to be and continue to be the greatest country on the planet, sir. And tariffs aren't going to affect you, sir. You can afford bread, whether it's $3.
All of us.
Oh my God! Can I finish? Can I finish, sir?
Just false statement after false statement.
Can I finish, sir? Can I finish?
Okay, go ahead.
Can I finish? Zach, you are a millionaire. By your own admission, you are a millionaire. At least you may not have $1 million in liquid cash, but you have it in assets. Zach, ain't nothing about to happen, man. These are the things that we talk about these things so much. Oh, we're gonna go back to 2008, and 2008 didn't affect my family or people that I know. Or we're gonna go back to the last market crash of '87 and blah blah blah. I don't live. I don't. Give me a second. I don't live in this.
It affected almost everyone.
I don't. How come it didn't affect my family?
I guarantee you.
I don't know about your family. It didn't affect my family.
I guarantee it affected property values
right now. Hey, mom, dad, did '87 affect you? They were like, "What are you talking about?" It didn't affect
nobody in your family had any property.
Sir, all I'm saying is, sir, there will always be fat cats and starving dogs. Inflation will always happen, sir. Sir, we live in the greatest country on the planet, sir. We get paid an exorbitant amount of money for little mundane jobs, man. I mean, a mother effing fry cook at McDonald's literally can make $20 an hour, man. What does it matter, bro? What does really inflation really do, man? I mean, nobody cries about inflation when it comes to tennis shoes. How come you ever notice that? How come tennis shoes, they've been going up in price? Nobody cries about the prices of tennis shoes. But all of a sudden, when it comes to the loaf of bread, hey, the loaf of bread is going up $1. Goddamn inflation with the war over in Ukraine.
I can answer that for you, CT. Nobody cry. Nobody cry about tennis.
God damn it. Let me finish. You wealthy Americans should be ashamed of yourselves. And I'm going to call you out. Y'all don't cry about the price to you got Negroes I'm gonna use Negroes, not BD. I see it all the time. Whenever I do go to Walmart, which is a war zone, niggas coming out with 80-inch TVs, $2,000. For some reason, they ain't complaining about buying a $2,000 TV, but them same Negroes, these same whites, they get on camera complaining about $1 price hike in bread. Nigga, please. Nigga, please.
Yeah,
Mike,
and Crackery here doesn't even have a job.
For a second, Mike, you used to listen to Howard Stern back in the 90s. Remember he had that soundboard? He'd say, nigga, please. Nigga, please.
Yeah. Yeah. Howard Stern was a trendsetter. Now, the whole thing is, and the whole thing with well, first of all, I want to say I love the Trump speech. I loved it. I think it was amazing. It was touching. And you know what? For anyone to actually think in BD, I'm from New York. You're from New York.
Mike, my apologies, Mike. I'm back. I'm back on Super Chat. My apologies. Give me a second. Yeah, right. The Matrix Zero with the $2 Super Chat. Zach is 100% right. Even though we don't get along, Gimpy with the $5 Super Chat. Tell us where in the hate speech bill it says "choose" and "who-hayism" or anti-Hemitism. Specifically, you are just grifting, Zach, and not with the $5 Canadian. Remember the last time a country attacked its neighbor's sovereignty and signed a pact with Russia? Any history buffs in the house? It's fascism. Go ahead, Mike, and then I'm going to go back to the Super Chat so Zach can answer. Go ahead, Mike.
No problem. And I will give Zach his kudos. I think Zach made a point where I do agree with Zach on they as the government uses diversion tactics to take away focus from other things going on. I do believe that it to be true.
That's exactly what Zach does.
Yes, but politicians have been doing it from the beginning. You know, so that's a valid point. Do I think Donald Trump has bad intentions? No, I think Donald Trump loves this country. He's an imperfect man. He makes mistakes. He says silly things. He does, but he loves this country. And I'm sorry, my personal opinion is having that young man propped up on stage, that young boy will remember that till he passes away. That's a moment in his life that no one could ever take away from that young boy. You know, and to bastardize him, to me, made me sick. The Democratic Party is a bunch of evil trolls. Just like Trump said, he can cure the worst disease. He can make everything turn around, and they'll still sit there with the little bingo signs complaining about nothing. Like CT said, this is the wealthiest, greatest country in the world. None of us as Americans should be complaining about anything. You can take anything you want. You just have to work for it. Do you gentlemen agree?
Yeah, I agree.
Indeed.
Listen,
but here's my thing. I'm just still trying to figure this out. I've been a lot. I
ain't tight, BD. Jesus Christ. Let me hang tight. Hang tight. Mike, I've seen this all my life, man. And right now it's just getting boring. This is like watching the same movie over and over at this point. I've seen it. People will gladly spend $50, $60 more on, you guys call it sneakers in New York. We call it tennis shoes where I'm from. Tennis shoes. Oh, I'm going to wait in line like a stupid idiot for 6 hours to buy tennis shoes. Then that same person will complain about $1 increase in bread. I'm like, well, goddamn, you happily spend on luxury spending. You don't care if it's $100 increase. You ain't complaining, but you complaining about $1, $2 in price of gas, and all of a sudden you are overnight economist. So the price of grain has gone up, and the farmers and shut up. Why? You don't have to spend that much money on luxury items. No. This country is ass backwards, Mike.
How many people have you seen that you haven't seen in a while? And as soon as that tax money hits, or as soon as that stimulus hits, Walmart's got no TVs. Walmart's got no crab legs.
Yeah.
Right?
I'm not reading that.
It's like when you give people that are uneducated, that don't have financial knowledge, the money the government gives, they blow it. That money is for saving. When I got my stimulus check, you know what I did with it? Gentlemen, you know what I did with it?
What's that?
I gave it to my son to buy his first car. Proudly. The payments are his to make, but I gave him that money so he can put down on his first automobile. I put it to good use to further his life. You got young ladies and men. I was in Walmart and they're buying out the crab legs. They're buying the biggest TV they can get. They're buying stuff they don't need. You know, and that you take that money and you save it. You don't
And
just
Mike,
blow it.
And Mike, those
that's what I'm
same
trying to say.
And those same people,
when they go broke, CT, they're mad about $6 eggs as soon as they got no more money left.
Yeah. Oh, the gallon of a dozen eggs are going up $4, but you just spent $1,000 on a stupid TV. Come on, man.
Mm-hmm.
Well, all of that starts at the home. It starts on how you grew up and how you was parented.
You're right.
All that
BD,
that he talking about starts at home.
I can relate to you, BD, by we had the same upbringing. We both grew up in New York. Now, I moved to Virginia a long time ago. Are you still in New York still? Are you still there?
Nah, I live in Georgia now.
But you have that New York mentality. See, I broke out of that New York mentality. I broke away from it, you know. And the thing is that the New York mentality is hustle, 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 right?
You damn right, because money don't sleep.
I understand. But the thing is that we have to change our mindset because like CT was saying that we are so fruitful. The government is trying to help us succeed, but all we do is make excuses. And you have people that come on. I'm not going to put anybody down, but you have people that come.
You muted yourself, Mike. I don't know why.
People will come on to get $1,000 a month in food stamps, and other people are struggling to get by. You know, so it's just, yeah.
CT, can I respond to the super chats, and then can I?
Oh yeah. Let me go back to it. You're talking about this one, correct?
Well, yes. You started with the one before that, right? There was 3 of them, I think.
Oh, this one.
Yeah, that's Cuts' boyfriend. For people who don't know, yeah, right.
No, that's not my boyfriend. That's a dude that was actually your friend. He was actually your best friend. He's probably the person that was the best friend that you've ever had. And you just frauded the guy and made up slander on the guy.
No, what's creepy is how both of them constantly stalk me. I met him out in Oklahoma City, and a filmmaker came out there to meet me, and he let me know that he was aware that Yeah, Right, the Matrix was actually.
What's the point of you frauding and slandering Yeah, Right, the Matrix, Zachary? He gave you more money than anybody else in your entire community, and you just come out and be like, he's a narco and blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, Right, the Matrix paid for Cuts.
You're a scumbag. You're a straight rat shill scumbag.
Anyway.
You don't even have a job, Quackery.
I just want to let you guys know how weird it is how these people follow me around. The next comment, please, Gimpy.
You should let Yeah, Right, the Matrix come up on here.
I'm sure he will come on. I'm sure he will come on now.
All right, go ahead.
Gimpy says, tell us where in the hate speech bill it says Judaism or anti-Semitism specifically. Listen, we know exactly what they're talking about in the anti-hate speech bills. He's talked about it in the past in his first term, and he also referenced what happened at Columbia, not to mention they raided the place 56 years to the day, same dorm hall. It's a whole other story. But again, this is the Gimpy. This is why people don't like people like you, because you guys are always downplaying the truth. We know a million.
No, it's people like you, Zachary, that make people hate those type of people. Your name is Greenblatt. And you're lying about gematria, and you don't even know Hebrew.
You're the definition.
You're not an actual Kabbalist, Quackery.
Never said I was.
You say you're a gematria teacher, and it comes from Kabbalah, and you don't even know Hebrew. Gematria is Hebrew.
Never happened either. But anyway.
So you don't know the Kabbalah.
Do you agree with Gimpy's sentiments here that's not what the bill is about?
I'm gonna stay out of this one. What do you think about it? Go ahead, sir.
Well, I already expressed. I mean, it's obvious if you just follow the whole trail of this conversation. How about the other gentleman on the panel? Do you agree with Gimpy's comment here?
Agrees with. Go ahead. What comment?
The comment up on the screen. The other gentleman on the panel. Does he agree with the sentiments Gimpy's putting out here?
My sentiment towards that comment is that fake gematria is anti-Semitic. Real gematria is Hebrew, Semitic. Your fake gematria is literally, technically, actually anti-Semitic.
Breaking headline right now.
This become about gematria.
What's up, Zach?
He
what's the breaking
even
headline?
Mentioned a single number for real.
What's the breaking headline?
Breaking headline right now. David Hasselhoff's ex-wife dead at 62. Pamela Burke. You want to guess what her name equals?
That's not gematria.
62. Just like yesterday, it was Sylvester Turner dead at 70. His name's 70. This goes on every day. Okay. George Lowe's dead. Cartoon voiceover guy. His name equals 112. He's dead 112 days after his birthday. This is all
what about Roy? What about Roy Ayers? What happened with him?
Roy Ayers dead exactly 25 weeks after his birthday. Death equals 25. We've seen a lot of that in 2025. He was a jazz musician, dead on the 63rd day of the year. Jazz equals 63. First album in 63. Recurring patterns.
Okay, so we got right on the panel. I don't know what the relationship is, but go ahead. Right. What is it?
What's up, CT?
How you doing, sir?
I'm all right. I was just, I've been told to come to your channel, and I've just been observing, and for some reason Zach is always on. I just wanted to come on real quick. I actually was agreeing with Zach on some of the stuff he was saying. Even though we don't get along, and yet this guy still just wants to drag me through the mud for whatever reason. I don't know. And, I supported Zach, for a long time, and then out of the blue, this guy just.
Hold on, let me read these super chats real quick before you get into this story. Hold on, let me read these super chats. Gimpy with the $5 super chat. We know you don't like me because I make you look stupid regularly, Zachy boy. And Vantis with the £2 says, CT, you prove Zach's point by not speaking on the Jays. Beep, beep. Go ahead, Mr. Right. Go ahead, sir.
So, I just heard what he said, and, his thing was, I was a Fed because some Fed told him that I was a Fed. And, hey, I don't care. This is the internet. I don't really care about all that. I met this dude in real life plenty of times, plenty of times. I mean, I don't know what else I could have possibly did besides, treat him like a friend, and he just turned on me one day. So it makes me wonder who he in fact truly is. But that's besides the point, Hey,
how much did you send Zach, by the way? How much did you send him?
I don't even know. I mean, I've sent him a lot of donations, man, like a lot, right, Zach? Can you agree? And then I'm a fan.
Listen, let him talk, Zach. Hold on, Zach. Hold on.
I was going to answer the question.
Let him talk.
Because see, now, his whole thing is, there's this guy Chris Emery that is a filmmaker or whatever, and he was at Oklahoma City. Ironically, I don't know how he got there, but Zach's whole thing is, Zach said that he told him that I was a Fed. Now that's something a Fed would do to get us infighting and all that, right?
Not only can I interject one little thing.
Let me finish. So Zach, he's using this to justify, slandering me, whatever, which I don't care about. I don't care. This is internet, goofy shit for me. I don't really care. So he doesn't know that he's been spreading this rumor for like the longest. And, I just sit back. I don't really care. It don't bother me. And I let Zach do what he does. But he doesn't realize I've already contacted Chris Emery. I already got a whole video ready to go where he never said that. So who's really the liar, Zach? I just haven't shared it and posted it because
please post that video.
I have
please post that video.
Yeah. Shout out to Fake Mike Real News, who's great at getting in contact with people. But this is what Zach said, and I'm just waiting for it. I just don't want to get involved with the drama. Here, I just gave Zach, shout out. He's 100% right on what he was saying earlier, and he's still. I mean, something. I don't know. There's something. I don't get it. But
Zachary uses the rhetoric that we all love and agree with, and then he just frauds you. I mean, that's what he does.
Well, I was agreeing on what he was saying about what's going on. Even though we don't agree, I'm watching. You guys up here. I watched the late. I joined when the lady was on, and, and the BD guy's on, and I'm like, I heard what Zach said about the stuff going on right now. CT, what you guys say about the beautiful America and it's the greatest country on earth and all this other stuff, but I was agreeing with what Zach was saying on what he was speaking on. And that's it. And we could agree to agree. There is no such thing as agree to disagreement. Agree to disagree. It's the most used stupid term ever because you cannot agree to disagree because that's just a disagreement. So you had a disagreement. But anyways, and that's all. I was just agreeing with him. And then he has to throw me under the bus and call me this and call me that. Why? Because what I talk about, the stuff that I talk about, is different. You know, people can change, you know, and, you know, people can change their position in life. And, you know, and I don't know, I've always supported him. You know, it's just, we have this rift, and it just is what it is. He says I'm a troll. I don't troll. I'm not on the internet troll. That's not, I don't even be on the internet. I'm not a threat. I got a small channel. Who cares who I am? I just talk my stuff and I get off, you know? So, and I've asked Zach, could we squash the beef? He can't do it. I don't know why. And it, you know, Zach, if I'm a Fed, well, you said CT's a Fed. You're on his show every day. Why?
I never said he's a Fed.
Zachary, you do the most Fed rat garbage that I've ever seen on the entire internet.
CT, hasn't he called you a Fed or in something?
He's implied that I
yeah, he said that CT's a Fed, and then he comes on this channel and he's like blabbering out and snitching on everyone.
So Zach, so I don't get your logic in that. You don't like me?
Eric, can we do something real quick?
Sure.
I dropped a video in the private chat. It's the last time Right was supportive of the work. Can we play his video being supportive of the work? And then can I talk about what's been going on pretty much since that time?
Sure. Yeah, right. Do you want me to play this video?
It's him. It's his video.
I don't know what video it is.
He'll recognize it. It's his video.
Oh, okay. So let's play the video. I have really no idea what's going on, but let's play it.
Oh, I know what he's gonna try to do. I know what he's doing.
Try to do.
Hold on. I know what he's doing. If this is a video about like the sports stuff, right? That's what it is.
Please play the video.
Hold on. If that's what it is, we could get deep into that.
Okay, let's just play.
Oh, he's gonna try to use his little gambling garbage to try to fraud. That's what he does.
Hold on, let's just play the video. Hold on, because I'm trying to gauge what's going on here. Let's play the video.
Who got to play the video? Me? I can't play no video.
No, CT can play the video.
See Zach, right? Zach is over here selling. I get it, Zach. I get it. But Zach, if you want to go into that whole thing, I mean, we can, because if you want to talk about your numbers and how the sports
when it was 20 oh man, that would have been cool.
Oh yeah, let's talk about
it. Yeah, I was this close to putting $1,000 on it, but do you have anything on it? I put 100 on it. Okay, there you go. Yeah. We're gonna just go to the stack. I'm just gonna go kind of there for you, just a little quicker. Okay, come on right over here for me. All right, we're going to the stack room. 2052. 2052. Yep, I'll play you out there. All right. Go to the stack room. Hey guys. All right. Have a good night. Okay. All right, y'all. Now, oh shit, the camera's fucked up, but they had to go to the stack room. Why are we so blurry? All right, well, we're blurry, but they had to go to the stack room, and there it is, guys. So I told Zach and Mr. Futures, I'm like, why not? You know, why not get in on the fun? On the
good.
Yeah. Zach,
I'm went there. All right.
I just want to say, YouTube, Zach gave me permission to play that video. I know he's over there trying to strike me right now, even though he did give me permission. But go ahead, Zach.
So, hold on. Zach played that video because he's over here. He needs more. He needs more support.
No. That's not why I played that video.
Let me finish.
Zach needs more money because he doesn't have a job.
Wait, what makes it so bad is if I supported him like that, why would he?
Wait a minute.
Why
would you support me like that? See, hey, listen. Thank you very much. You probably donated about $500 to my cause, and I am grateful for that. But you won a lot more than $500 off my knowledge, and you won numerous other times. So if we're talking about who helped out more, we know what the answer to that question is.
Zach, you're lying.
How am I lying?
Zach, I've helped plenty of people even come to your places.
Like
I've
Cuts?
paid,
Like
remember,
Cuts?
no, not
Cuts
more
is
than
who you brought in the community.
a lot more than Cuts, Zach.
Listen,
Also,
here.
Hold on.
Hold
Also,
on. Let me make my point.
Also,
let me make my point, then you can respond.
Didn't I pay for everybody's shit? I said, don't worry about it, Zach. I pulled out my money and paid for it. You was like, you sure? I can.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, see how you get amnesia.
No, I do know. Hold on. I know that in Oklahoma City, I was going to pay for the bowling and we ended up splitting it. I know about that.
Everything I do is bad. I get it. Go ahead.
No, I never said that. Hold on. Here's just the way I got to. This is the way I see it. All right. For people who don't know the full story, yeah, right. The Matrix at one point did become a supporter. Yeah, let me just explain something.
Entire thing.
Can I just explain something? Okay.
I've been the same person since day one. Never changed.
Okay.
Never changed.
Okay. So there was a time when Yeah Right the Matrix was more of a critic of me, and he has a buddy named Wise, and they would kind of take stabs and make these little shots. But Yeah Right the Matrix got really inspired by me hosting a gathering in Oklahoma City, April 19, 2022. He called that out. He said more people should show up. He wanted to be a part of it. And he did come out, and he brought his friend Fake Mike.
No. I came out. I supported you. I shared it. I tried to.
Hold on.
To try other people to go.
Hold on.
I have your number, Zach. Didn't I? Hold on. You got it. No, because you're gonna try to say, "Oh, this." I brought.
Come on, man.
Hold on, wait.
Oh
this is your channel. You can't cut me off. You say I brought Cuts, but you miss out when I had.
You didn't bring Cuts to that. You brought Fake Mike.
Well, Fake Mike. Okay.
Hold on. I just want to make a point. Let me finish making the point.
What's wrong with Fake Mike? You frauded that guy too.
Okay, listen.
I mean, you're a fraudster.
When I showed
you're a straight up fraudster, quackery.
Hold on. When I showed up,
and you're lying about gematria.
Hold on. When I showed up in Oklahoma City, for whatever reason, they had their security force out there waiting for me. They went hands on as soon as I got to the building. All I wanted to do was go in the museum and see if I could pick up some additional information. I was shocked by this. I was like, wow.
Probably what was actually going on is Zachary is a rat fraudster, and he was probably being an agent provocateur, and he was probably trying to set up anybody that comes with him. That's exactly what you're up to, quackery.
Stop.
You're an agent provocateur per definition.
Can you get him on?
No, that's what you are.
We don't need to hear from him.
Hold on, Cuz. I want to hear.
Let him spew what he's gonna spew.
I'm talking nothing but facts. You tell me what's not factual.
Zach, okay, we don't got to go through hours of you telling the story.
It's not going to take hours. It's going to take minutes. Hold on.
Go to your channel.
Hold on. I'm telling you why I have my stance that I have.
I'm telling you why. You're on the fucking internet. They watch you. So when you come, they're going to alert their people, and they're going to be waiting.
This was over the top, though. This was over the top. So anyway, I get to Oklahoma City. They got a security presence for me. They go hands-on immediately. Yeah, right. The Matrix he's driving from New York, but somehow he's aware of this. Like as soon as it happens, because he's on the phone and he's like, you wouldn't believe who has a video up on this already. And it's a guy who he says he associates with, who works out of Oklahoma City.
High Impact Flicks. Who subscribe to his channel, so he posted a video, and I'd let you know.
It was really weird though how fast all of this happened. Because I was like, okay, like. So anyway, then next thing you know, they got the police department that comes down from Oklahoma City, and they tell me that if I make any noise on that block that week, I'm going to be arrested. This has never happened to me in any city. Normally, I'm on the megaphone.
So he tells a bunch of people to come with him. He pulls out a bullhorn, and he's like, hey, everybody, we're here, and look, this one and that one. I mean, this guy's a rat fraudster, shill piece of trash.
Let me just hear from Zach.
Hold on. A dude comes out of the federal building. The new federal building's kitty corner from where the old one was across the street from the museum. Dude comes out of the federal building and puts a manila envelope in my chest with all these threats on it. When I get back to the hotel that night, there's one on my car. Only people in my group, yeah, right.
AFR, thank you so much for the $10 super chat. It says, buy you a nice white claw on me in your libtard city, CT. Oh, don't get got by Glocktavius on drunk Edgar. Jesus Christ, he got smoked for the liberal cities. Oh, I can't wait to get back to that convo. Go ahead, Zach.
Anyway, the point is, I have this police federal harassment presence threatening me just from the potential of speaking out from the moment I get on the ground there, which blew me away. I'm not thinking about pinning any of this on, yeah, right? But then I have this filmmaker come out to meet me, Chris Emery, and he pulls me aside at some point. He says, "You see that guy over there? That guy's a Fed." And I said to him, I said, "How can that be? He's a good supporter of the community. He helped advocate for this." He said, "Trust me." I said, and I didn't trust him. It took about over a year for me to think what he said might have some truth to it.
Okay.
Hold on. I'm not done yet. I'm not done yet.
Stop right there. Stop right
I'm
there.
not done yet.
You're throwing out so much bullshit. You do this so
what bullshit? Everything I've said is factual.
Okay.
No, you absolutely made that up. There's no proof that conversation even happened. You just made it up. You straight up pulled it out of your wazoo.
Cuts. Chill out for a second. This is the thing about me. I'm real. So if somebody would have said that about you,
how are you real? You've been saying gematria is bullshit when you got videos holding thousands of dollars off the knowledge. You're not real.
Gematria is real. Gematria is Hebrew. It's not your English number garbage.
Listen.
Let me just finish the point, and then you can respond.
Hold on, Chris.
I'm almost done. 34 seconds, and I'm
we
done.
already know the point. I'm a Fed. Okay.
30 seconds, and I'm done.
Hold on, wait. What do I gain? What do I gain, or what affects you if I'm a Fed? What sense does it make?
Well, somebody tipped Oklahoma City off to yours truly coming down, and they were
okay. So hey, CT.
What happened there was detrimental to the planned. The reason we were there. I mean, they shut us down from second one with all kinds of threats and intimidation.
Did they shut us down in New York City? Did they shut us down in Buffalo?
Hold on.
No, they didn't.
If you recall, they did shut down my cell phone in Buffalo. I didn't have a cell phone for 3 days.
Okay,
oh my God.
I'm a Fed, Zach. So let's get to
hold on.
No, what Zach is doing is actually absolutely criminal, CT. Let me say something. Zachary, so listen. Zachary comes out and says, yeah, right, it's a Fed. And then his little rat cult of scum, the Gematrians, this is what they do. They start doxing him and his children and his family in Zach's chats. That's criminal. That's Fed activity. That's Fed behavior. And telling people to kill him and everything. That's what Zach does. That's his MO. He frauds you and then he makes up slander. They tried to say that I was a P3DO and then they started doxing me at my work. If this motherfucker has any rhetoric whatsoever at all about fucking caring about people's rights, then why is he doing violations against people like that? Fuck you. You go straight to hell, quackery. Scumbag.
All right, Zach, listen, you want to get to the whole
hold on. I gotta finish. I gotta get out.
Hang tight. Cuts, I gotta put you in the bag, man. You got
30 seconds and you can respond all you want.
All right, go ahead.
You came out to New York and you paid for Cuts to come out, who's been trolling this community ever since. That was the first time he ever came out. You told me you paid for him to come out.
I paid for other people. It doesn't matter who.
Okay, he's been trolling ever since and stalking ever since you brought him out. And the only thing you did in New York, hold on. The only thing you did in New York, you were constantly in my ear about your buddy Wise and all the videos he was making online trying to slander me. That's all you did there. You're like, hey, Zach, you see Wise's video? You see Wise's video attacking you? You see Wise's video attacking you? You were trying to take my eye off the whole point of me being there, talking about what's going on. That's why I started looking. I'm like, he brings this Cuts guy out. He's on the ground doing nothing but distracting. He brings this you-know-who fake Mike out, painted fingernails, gay guy, real weirdo. Again, you brought some real weirdos into this community. I do have to go back over to my other channel and do my show. But again, and both of you are here stalking like always, like you always do. All right, I'm out.
He's going to run. See, now CT, this is where I like when you call out his bullshit.
Yeah, which I do every time he calls in. Yeah.
You know, his number garbage. What he does, he comes over here because I was alerted to your channel because a channel called Sports Gematria was, who's this Chaotic Truth? So it's just pretty, your channel, honestly, I laugh my ass off when Zach's a part of it. Yeah. It is just pure comedy. I get a good kick out of it. It gets me through the day. Yeah. It's really entertaining and I enjoy it. You know, when he played that video, he wanted to get some of his followers and, oh wow, I must have won money. But Zach won't tell you. I personally messaged him because I believed in his bullshit. I believed in his number stuff. So, you know, I never really got it. You know, I was like, I don't, this is just bullshit to me. But, you know, I was like, well, maybe there's something to it. So I got on his Patreon. I started checking it out. I asked Zach personally, I was like, look, listen, if it is what it is, I don't got time to be going on watching videos on Patreon. Send me the pics. I'll drop the money and I'll give you the rest. I got the text messages.
Yeah.
He just joined the Patreon. He said, join the Patreon. I posted all there. I go there. I'm like, Zach, I don't see. What are you talking about? Well, because it gives you both sides. It's like both sides with no, this team's going to win, you know? And I couldn't really, I read, I'm like, okay. You know, this, and I see other people dropping comments in the Patreon like they ain't winning shit. And then I'm like, you know, the video he showed, I just had a hunch during the game. I was like, all right, I'm about to bet more. I think they're gonna come back. And I do stupid shit like that. And they came back at once. So I was like, all right, I'm just gonna get a credit to Zach. Fuck it. That's my boy, that's my dog. I'm about to watch
the F-bomb. I just got back from
Oh, my bad. I'm about to promote him. You know what I'm saying? So I help him
Corny,
out.
check your email real quick. Corny, check your email, buddy. Check your email.
So you know, I help him out. You know, I figure I help him out with his stuff or whatever. But as time goes along, I said, Zach, look, you know, I don't got time to be doing all this. Can you just send me the pics every week? You know, I put the money on whatever, I'll give you a percentage. Still, half the time he didn't even answer. And then it was like, oh, we'll just go to the Patreon. And I was just like,
so you believe he what do you guys say, frauded you, correct?
No, not fraud, but just it was more. I was like, basically, like, if you can't give a definitive answer, then what are we doing? So, you know, I looked into it. I looked into it more deeper. The other guy he's talking about, Mr. Futures, I went on his thing. He charges $100 or whatever a month, and then he does the same thing. It's like they put in there, they can win, they can do this. This team can do this, and I'm like, I have a logical mind. It's either they are or they ain't. You know, if you gambling, it is, or if you pitching something, it is what it is, or it ain't. So after time comes along, it ain't, you know, and it could go to Sports Gematria's channel. It'll show you all the bull crap that's been going on. So I found out that it's all BS. And if it's all, if it is what it say it is, right? Now let's not get it wrong now. Zach's got some knowledge, okay? He's got knowledge on a lot of stuff, but he puts the numbers to it. Hey, look, y'all want to believe in that? You know, a lot of Gematria people still follow me. You know, if y'all want to believe that, cool. I'm cool with it. But what Zach's saying, if that stuff was, think about it, if it was 100% on point, you wouldn't get anything wrong. You know, if this is the end all be all, and this is what they do every day, day in and day out, and you got the code, you ain't gonna get no sports picks wrong. You're gonna be 100. You're gonna be at least 90%. Oh, I got this wrong. Oh, I didn't think about this after. Oh, it makes sense. It went this way. I'm like, I got tired. I just went. You know, and I think he's seen that and felt that. That's why he kind of like made up some weird ass story. Okay, I'm a Fed. Cool. Okay, and you know, and then it goes into the community. I was cool with a lot of people, but the instant, and this is that cult-like mentality, that religious mentality. The minute that me and Zach fell out, they all turned on me. I'm like, people that I did a lot for. It's people in his community that I done picked up the pieces of their life from being destroyed by compulsive gambling, right? Compulsive gambling. I've done this live on my channel. They literally came and their problem was gambling. And they would say, oh, you know, thanks, man. I'm like, whoa, I just gave you a couple of hours. You gotta go use it to gamble. I'm like, oh, hell no. So, you know, a lot of that is going on. And I don't know if it is now, but that's happened in the past. And it's like, you know, you listen, you know, he's playing in a deeper aspect. I don't want to get into right now on a deeper aspect of the energy that's involved with what he's doing. And, you know, like a church, I mean, who's reaping the benefits?
Hey, yeah, right. You ever seen the movie Starship Troopers?
I don't watch movies, man. I'll be honest. I don't watch movies.
Zach doesn't like the fact that I don't believe in gematria and pretty much make a mock. You know, like to me, Zach is like a comedian. You know, he's like my comedian, right? He's like one of my favorite comedians of all time. I think Gematria is bullshit. That's just me, right? Now, the reason why I believe it's bullshit is because of this whole thing about the Jesuits. And, you know, and what I'm saying is if that there are Jesuits that are manipulating events and, you know, causing catastrophes. I would love for a person like Zach to find these people and bring them.
Exactly.
So in Starship Troopers, the human beings are going to war with these bugs from across the galaxy. And there's this brain bug that controls all the other bugs. And at the end of the first movie, in the movies, it really makes fun of hyper militaristic human beings, right? But at the end of the movie, you see all these human beings dragging this brain bug about the cave. You know, it's like 100 of them just dragging this brain bug out the cave. I told Zach, I said, Zach, if you can drag the Jesuit out his cave, man, I believe that shit. But until then, I can't believe it, man. So until you drag this Jesuit, like the King Jesuit out, I believe it, man. But I kind of believe your story, man, about Zach. He does come off as a, you know, like a shyster to a degree.
Yeah, I mean, I've met him in person. He seems like, you know, not really. It's hard to explain, you know. Like I've met this guy in person multiple times, and it's like he's a really cool dude. You know, he's really down to earth, and you know, but this online guy is not the guy you'll meet in person. He would never talk to me like that if we was in front of each other. That he would just never be going down like that, like that. And you know, I mean, I met him. He was a cool dude, but you know, I just this internet stuff.
Okay.
And, you know, you really get to know, like, anybody that knows me knows that I've been real. You know, that's just how I am now is how I'm going to be in person. And, you know, for him to do that online and call me a fed and do all this other stuff and then have all these people like try to like attack me and do all this stuff. He doesn't know. I got a law waiting for him. He knows I study law. He doesn't understand. His whole YouTube be gone.
Why is Zach so hyper focused on black people? Like every time he calls in, hey, you're a self-loathing black man, CT. You're a little nigger boy. You know, why does he do that to me, sir? And I don't bring up race with Zach. Why does he do that, sir? Because I don't believe it.
Right. You know, I go on both sides of the fence because I'm black and I'm white. I grew up on both sides my whole life, so I've seen both sides. I've been called everything. I fit in with Puerto Ricans. I fit in with everything. I've had white people talk openly to me about niggas. Like, oh, hold on. Like, all right.
Keep it real.
But, you know, I've had family talk like that, you know, and then, I come from the hood. So I've had the ability to see both sides, both worlds. And what Zach is doing, come on, we all know. He knows black people are into heroism. They're looking for a savior. You know, they're looking for somebody to lead them. Yeah. You know, they're looking
the black messiah complex.
You know? Yeah. You
know. because when Zach realized that, you know, I don't believe in this stuff, he's almost become hyper focused on trying to get me to come into this cult. And he probably thought I was like a regular black dude because he has a lot of black followers. And I know a lot of younger black dudes, you know, they're more, you know, younger people in general, their brains aren't developed. They're more susceptible to believing in things. So, and so he looked at, so every time he comes, he brings up race. Like he always says something about some black person. And yeah, CT, 42 equals Michael Jordan and 45,000 years ago. And black people, I'm like, what are you talking about? We're talking about quantum physics. And then, you know, and then he says 42 equals nigger and nigger equals, I'm like, what is this dude? Like, what is this dude's problem? Mm-hmm. Yeah, but anyway, go ahead. Yeah, right. Go ahead, sir.
And so that's where, you know, he knows he's a good businessman. He knows his market. He knows his niche. You know, I do believe at one point, you know, you go back and look at Zach, he's changed into this, you know, sort of capitalist, you know, which is cool. I'm all good with that. But when you go around slandering people, lying to people, I mean, this guy's been caught so many lies, backtracking what he says. Yeah. I mean, only people that follow him are the ones who are still like brainwashed. You know, he could brainwash you because it's this whole awakening garbage now. Yeah. There is no truth community. There is no great awakening. Look around you. Yeah. Like you learn a couple things where you know, your life's position changed? Have you actually gained knowledge to understand what this system truly is?
Yeah.
You know, and this is something that I try to bring to the table. And, you know, because I wasn't into the gematria. I never was. I rocked out with Zach. I ain't holding those signs.
Yeah, you were more just rocking out with Zach. Yeah, I could tell. You
know, and
yeah, you don't come off like Elohim and all those other. Yeah, you seem pretty normal, to be honest with you.
My whole thing is, I saw what Zach was doing by having people gather.
Yeah.
Okay? Which is what's needed. People are so divided because of social engineering and stuff like that. And society, you know, so I seen the ability of people to come together that think alike. And that's what, you know, I was on like, oh, okay, this is great. Because if you could create 100, you can create 1,000. If you create 1,000, you can create 10,000.
Yeah.
Now, you know, that's what I was looking at, you know, and his avenue was this. And I've even tried to link him up with bigger channels. And he would shoot himself in the foot by calling them a fraud, a slander. And I'm like, Zach, you understand? And this is where the whole unity. I'm not into unity. I'm not in community. That is stuff that was sold to you. Understand the definitions of words, terms, and logic. Okay, they push unity and community, but they don't push united.
Yeah,
united is something that we all need to be, because they name everything. You know, the people that control us use the word united. They don't use the word unity and community. I'm not with that. I'm with being united. You over there, I don't give a F what you do. I'm over here, but we're united for the same cause. We look at that over there, we say, that ain't right. You agree? Yeah, that ain't right. See, that's how it's supposed to be. It's not supposed to be a community where, oh, you don't think like me? F you. Get out of here. You need to be dead. That's some liberal garbage. That's that liberal mentality. And for me, Zach has a liberal mentality hidden in I don't even know, in an ideology of something. You know, he's from Seattle. He's from up that way. So he's embedded with that type of stuff, you know, and, you know, I see that in him. And, you know, like I said, it's a lot of good people in his community, and he can't sustain a community. People need more, and he can't offer it. You know, people, this whole movement that everybody goes through of so-called a waking up. Yeah. All right. Waking up, and, you know, the CIA induced awakening, right? They knew at some point people were going to wake up to something. So they needed to control it. So they created a lot of this stuff you see here. And I go at a lot of people. You know, Zach be thinking I'll be talking about him in my videos. I got 2,000 subscribers. I do not be talking. I talk about the Love and Lighters. Yeah. You know, about the Trump supporters, CT. I talk about the liberals, the Love and Light Rainbow Club, the spiritualists, the vegans, all that. You know, because I don't rock with that, because I know that the CIA has used all these factions to manipulate us and control us, right? Meanwhile, they set up what they want to set up, and now we just see the trajectory that we're going in. And that's why I was agreeing with Zach that we are going into a trajectory that is in our best interest. Okay.
Real quick, let me read the super chat real quick. Shay with the $2 super chat. Zach, I'm white and I say so, nigga. Hubbard. Real quick, you said that you don't watch any movies yet, right? But I'm pretty sure you watch Star Wars.
Yeah, I watch Star Wars.
Okay, so I'm pretty sure you watched The Return of the Jedi.
Years ago. Yeah.
Okay, so what I told Zach is this. I said, Zach, listen, I don't know if the Jesuits are real or not. I don't know if they have like a secret lair and there's some master Jesuit with a mustache, twirling mustache.
Well, that's one thing about the Jesuits real quick.
Sure.
Because so the Jesuits, listen, they throw this term out here that if anybody understands where the Jesuits came from, you can't say Jesuit without the J's, sorry. Yeah, you can't say Jesuit without the J's. You just can't do that, because that's who started it. They come from the Society of Jesus, and the Spanish, they call them the Habsburgs. Yeah. Formed the Jesuit order, and all the order is a religious order, the Society of Jesus. So that's all the Jesuits are. The Jesuits, you got to look at that, because all you got to look at the power structure. Spain, France, and the Holy Roman Empire controls everything in our existence, all the countries, all the nations, all the supplies, the resources, and everything. People always talk about the 13 bloodlines, families. No, man, that's what they want you to believe. Look up and research the 13 charters, okay? The 13 charter companies, you'll see, it'll blow your mind. They own and control the entire, everything that you see. And it's not even hidden, it's right in front of our eyes. So the Jesuits is a military order, right? That where are they at? Like you say, CT, where are the Jesuits, right? The Spanish Habsburgs, the French monarchy, and the Holy Roman Empire, and the Austrian Habsburgs are all, it's all the same thing. They control and own everything. You know,
okay,
and they
okay, well, real quick. I told Zach this. Listen, the only thing in the universe that I know of that is correct is just mathematics. Other than that, it's just everybody just talking. I told Zach this: if he could stop the Jesuits, the fall of the Jesuits, you know, like in Return of the Jedi, where, you know, the Empire fell and it was like a party. It was like a galactic party. Everybody was on different planets, just party. I would love to party with Zach if he could just crush the Jesuits. Then I'll believe it. Man. But other than that, man, I think Zach is insane.
I totally agree. I want to see him one day drag a Jesuit out by the ear. Zachary's never even dragged a Jesuit out by the ear. I mean, come on. Not even caught one fucking Jesuit, really? And they're like nice people. They're like the nicest customers. I mean, come on. Really, a Jesuit?
I gotta get in.
Unbelievable.
Just first of all, American Rifleman, salute to you, sir. It's been a long time. I missed you. Not in an LGBT way though. Totally straight.
You're lying.
But I want to say to CT, I watched now. Previously, when you told me, did you watch the debate between Andrew Wilson and Zach? I hadn't watched it because, you know, I was like, I'm not really into Zach. I don't care what Zach has to say. I watched that debate the other day in I think it's a Raging Tomato. Yeah, and Zach is a victim. Oh my God, he was brutalized. I felt at the end of that debate he needed a hug. What did that man do to Zach? Mauled him. Absolute mauling. I wanted to say this to Zach, but my computer crashed and I had to.
It was pretty bad.
Can I interject a thought into that debate?
It was worse than when Apollo got killed.
Oh my God! If he dies, he dies.
Can I give you my perspective of what happened in that debate?
Sure.
But first of all, debate is an argument. It's really not, you know, this is what it is. But what I saw there is, forget whatever anyone else was talking about. What I saw is a man take a boy's manhood. Like he just stripped Zach of all his manhood. It was like a chastising. It was like a father, and he was a little boy. And I was like, forget whatever anybody's saying, because it just looked like, man, he's getting his ass. Sorry, I mean, you know, it's getting his butt kicked by an actual masculine energy.
Yeah,
you know?
It wasn't just the mass; it was just brutal. Just brutal. Every point, because you notice, I mean, this is what happens here. That's why nobody really debates Zach that much. But he machine guns all of his numbers and, oh yeah, the 1984, 11, 48, 47. Now, every point, every time he said, like there was one about a person from the day they're born until they're 18, they get 72 jabs. It wasn't true. 74, sorry. He couldn't find it. Even when himself tried to find it, it took like an hour. Finally, he found that a person could potentially have 72, what do you call it, updates or sort of boosters of the same 17 variations of immunity, jabs, which most children need. It could potentially be, if they get, like, let's say what's it called, flu vaccine once a year, by the time they're 18 with the other vaccines and everything. Oh, sorry, I said the V word, but anyway, it's not like, but he couldn't substantiate anything anything. There wasn't one thing that you could say,
well, the key to debating Zach is you gotta go. It's like court. Hey, listen, you could hearsay where the facts. Show me the foundation, and we'll go from there. Everything you say, let's check the foundation. And when you can't provide it, then it, like CT says, then it must be bullshit.
Well, the thing is, that's exactly it. It was the very first thing he said, like the 72 thing. Wilson wouldn't let him go past that because he machine guns after that. Oh, yeah, the 72 here, 46 here, 324 there. And then he just keeps going. But he holds him on that first one. Okay, prove that one. And if you can't prove that one, everything else from that onwards is irrelevant. It's pointless. It's just, you're just babbling.
To be fair for the debate, it couldn't ever have been a debate because one, Zach, he is not able to get the point out because he has to put something that he learned on top of all this stuff for the other side to believe that doesn't know anything about it. So already there, it wasn't a debate. I was just watching. It was great. It was phenomenal comedy. Like I was laughing. I was like, man, this is a chastising. This is a little boy that did something bad, and his father is ripping him a new one. I mean,
he gave him the belt. He gave him the buckle. He gave him the shoe, the paddle.
Yeah, it was amazing. It was great. The only thing that I was disappointed in, I wish someone would just grill him on the definition of the word. Like if someone just read the word like gematria, read the definition, and then you gotta prove where your gematria comes from and fits into any of that. Because it's not in there. It's not even in the definition of English gematria.
Over here? Do you have any gematria files over here? CT?
No.
Go to his channel.
We got people go to his channel, but I don't think in terms of followers, no.
I mean, so this whole gematria thing, and he talks about a good friend of mine, Wise, and you know we've talked about this before with this gematria thing. You know, is it a real thing? Yes. Is it the way Zach is doing it? No, it's not. Do they use numbers? Absolutely, 100%. You even said, CT, everything is mathematical. So, but it's not what Zach found because one, he wouldn't be alive to tell it, okay? And two, you know, like Cuts is saying, go look up the definition of gematria, what it is. He says, and he's told you this, CT, he's got it from Manly P. Hall, okay? One, Manly P. Hall did not call it gematria. So you put the name gematria on there because that's not what Manly P. called it. You can go to the Secret of Teaching to All Ages where he said that, and he does not say gematria in there, and definitely in the English language. All right, gematria is Hebrew. It just says what it is. It comes from the Kabbalah, and it's to decipher. This is not to use it on sports gambling. Okay, it's not. Why would a Jesuit order use this to code sports games?
Yeah,
that you can get half of them right. I mean, seriously, and then you can't stand on it. And then when I said, look, make a lot of money, I'll invest in it. Let me know, and I'll put the money in. Why he couldn't do that is because simple. When I lose, what's he gonna say? You know,
I think he's been mad ever since that time we slaughtered him in the debate on your channel and called him out on all this stuff, and he's been just like on a rampage of fraud ever since.
Hey, Zach, and yeah, right. We got to get back to the main topic, man. But any other last things about gematria, real quick, because that's why AFR is here.
I had to come on because he's doing what he does, and you know, Zach don't realize I got something nice waiting for him that'll cost him a lot of money, and he'll probably have to come to CT's channel to even be. He doesn't.
At this point, if you went to war, would you prefer to be in a foxhole with him, or no?
Well, hold on, CT. You speaking of war? Zach picks a lot of fights. He's in a state, okay, where street fights are legal with consent. He lives in a state, and actually,
guys, wait a minute, god damn, Roz girl, you didn't have to do that. Wow, salute to Roz girl, man. That's a nice cash app.
Must be the money, must be the money, got to be, 'cause I got what's wanting to be my friend. Must be the money, people I never knew, people I never thought.
Ron's girl, big thumbs up emoji, dollar sign emoji, the American flag. Damn, Roger, that was nice, man. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that, man. You are an incredible friend, incredible supporter of the channel. Positivity is definitely coming your way. I don't know what I'll do without you, man. You know, goddamn, Roger. Wow, that's nice. Thank you so much for extending the show. I'm pretty sure that was out of love, but I'm gonna extend the show with that, obviously. But thank you so much. I really appreciate that. I'm gonna get some water with that, some bread. You know, the price of bread went up. I'm gonna get some coffee from Starbucks. You know, I gotta go.
Maybe a jacket.
Can you afford eggs now?
Yeah, get some eggs, CT.
Maybe get
that. Man, thank you so much, Rosgar. I really appreciate that. Salute to you, man. Positivity is definitely coming your way. Guys, give Rosgar a big thumbs up emoji, dollar sign emoji. Thank you so much. Guys, go ahead.
Yeah, salute.
All right, go ahead. Go ahead. Yeah, right. You got the floor, buddy.
Yeah, I'll just finish up what I was saying about the whole. I forgot. You know, shout out to the donator, but you know, just in closing with the whole Zach thing, like I said, Zach.
No, I was talking about the whole war thing. I asked you, would you go to war with Zach? Would you be in a foxhole with him? And then you said, speaking of war, yeah.
He lives in a state, okay, and actually he lives about an hour away from a place that does YouTube videos of backyard beef scraps. They have like fights, and he actually lives in a place where it's legal to fight. So I've even said this to him on my channel, like people that got beef with you, you're an hour away. You could do a lot of promoting. You can even put some sports bets on it. And if people want to challenge you and fight or duke it out, the Gematrians that don't like each other, go to there. You host it. You guys fight. It's legal in your state. So I don't got in a war with Zach. I even asked him on here hey, Zach, I ain't got no problem with you. Leave me alone. I'll leave you alone. And that's it. You know, I even bigged him up. He can't do it. There's something wrong with this guy. He cannot do it. I've offered that on his job to Zach. Okay, I'm a Fed. Can I leave it at that? I don't affect you. You don't affect me. I don't affect your bottom dollar. Why you keep talking? Why you keep bringing me on, putting me on your channel and talking crap and all this and everybody? And I get messages, people, you're talking about me and stuff. He never wants to squash it because he likes to gaslight people. So he'll go back. This was over 2 years. It was like 3 years ago. He'll bring it back. Remember this guy? Yeah, right. The Matrix. He did. And I'm like, minding my own business, doing my own thing. And he just keeps starting, just like he did today. So, hey, you know, it's what it is. So, you know, I extended that out to him. Look, squash the beef. That's it. You know.
Thank you so much, man. Guys, I got to right. And cuts, if you guys want to stay here, you guys are free to stay here. But I need to get back to the main topic. And AFR, I was not going to bring any conservatives up. And I saw that beautiful super chat you sent, but it was really an offensive super chat, considering the fact that I don't have those problems in my being amongst liberals in a liberal environment. I live in the lap of luxury. Liberal environments are beautiful. We already talked about the institutions, the aesthetics. Let's be honest, bro. Most rural environments are boring and bland. Let's be honest. The highlight of a conservative city or area is a goddamn abandoned strip mall and a McDonald's off the exit. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Right. Oh, okay. Okay, AFR. And AFR, and mind you,
it's just like wow.
And mind you, AFR, it's good to see you again, brother.
That's not every rural conservative city.
I know, but
that, right?
before we go back and forth, because I didn't want to bring any conservatives up here, but what rural city do you live in, sir? Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Just like me, you live around liberals. Go ahead, yes.
But prior to this, I did live in a rural place for quite a while. So I've lived in those places and it was a great place. I visit all the time. I have friends there. They're just like family. So don't play that game with me, CT. I'm not that nigga.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
One thing I'll say is that the reason why I rag on liberal cities, obviously, is because I live there. I understand things can't be perfect. And there's differences between big blue liberal cities and small blue suburbs, maybe with a college, usually college towns. Do you live by a college town, sir?
When I lived in a rural area, I lived in a college. It was a college town. That's the only reason why it was things there. Had the university not been there, it would have looked like goddamn Mulberry.
Come on. Well, Mulberry is not a bad place to live, by the way. But
in the 50s, it probably wasn't. But go ahead.
Well, I mean, there's a couple people on Fent, but it's still doing pretty well compared to some other cities. Like Flint or whatever. So anyway, here's the deal: is that yes, where you live, like the college town, like those, like the picturesque, rich liberal college town, or they have some other institution close by that's the money maker and the earner and or for the tax base or whatever. And those, I mean, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? That's cool to live there, but they have good police forces with good services because they can afford it, and they keep the poors out by design. You know, they make sure they don't get subsidized housing like in the big blue city that's maybe 30 minutes to an hour from them. They don't do that over there for good reason. So but we're in the big blue city where I live, you have to suffer with not only, I would say, what's the thing that's gotten the lexicon, anarcho tyranny. That's pretty much what's going on in these cities like Portland and stuff like that, where literally law-abiding citizens they're passing laws to make it harder for you to defend yourself. They're taxing you more. They're enforcing the law on you. So if you speed, they're going to pull you over and charge you a whole bunch of money. But if you're an illegal alien or some thug, well, you know, you're the marginalized person that needs help and all this other stuff. And those people are taken care of, but not hardworking Americans. And also on top of that, too, as well, the rich liberals in the city, the ones that aren't useless idiots, live in the top foothills where they have good police services, or because they live with the police chief or the city council people and all that stuff. And everybody else is just, you know, their ass out on their police response times. So these are the liberal cities you're talking about now. And the rural hick parts and I'll even talk about some of the ones that don't earn as much money, and maybe the drug and the crime rates a little elevated compared to the city. You're not having these deadly drive-bys like, yeah, okay, some Billy Bob might touch his little fucking cousin or sister or something. They'll smoke some meth or some Fent and stuff like that. But when I go to the Walmart, I'm not like looking for somebody to like grab my firearm off of me, or they're gonna do an armed robbery, or there's no like chimp outs. You know, shit happens, but it's not to the same level. So that's why it's like not even a competition. Like, yes, you do have to give up, and I'm gonna land the plane here. You have to give up certain amenities. I get that, but there's things that offset that, like the peace and tranquility you get and levels of stress that are down. And also, I would say you have more recreation as far as like there's more natural places, at least where I live. I mean, if you live in a fucking Kansas or something like that, that I can't, you know, yeah, CT has a little bit to say like, yeah, it may be a little boring or whatever. That's why maybe people need to invest in the arts and other things to do instead of just drinking or something like that. So, and art, by the way, doesn't have to be liberal. I don't know why people think when they think art, they always have to think libtard. There are conservatives have made art in comedy. They're making it now, and it's funny. It's just as good. Yeah, I see you laughing, Hafiz, but that's true. They got some good stuff out there. So yeah, I'll just say that. I'll land there.
Of course, because I mean, look at the Sistine Chapel. You think Da Vinci was a liberal? You think Van Gogh was a liberal? These people are insane if they think these people were liberal.
Speak on it, Hafiz. Speak on it. Go on. Mm-hmm.
Well, no, I mean, fair enough. These guys were commissioned by the Catholic Church to do these arts, but these people were not liberal, not to the liberals we think of. Mm-hmm. You think Da Vinci would give would tolerate LGBT?
Tell him. None of these people. If he saw a black person, he'd be like, "Go get my coffee."
Well, I mean, probably, yeah, because they're Italian as well. But they probably owned a few people of the African continent. Let's not fool ourselves.
Oh, the Moors, yeah.
There's a lot of historians that believe Da Vinci was in fact a doof. You should look this stuff up.
Oh, CT. Oh my God.
No, I'm just being honest.
I mean, they say that, but I don't think it's like concrete. So it's interesting, but it's nothing really. I don't think there's anything there.
I mean, either way, there is no way there are
about the rewriting for LGBTQ. None of it is based in any fact. It's all misdirect, like assumption based on some sort of non-tangible tangible theory. Like they can't validate the theory, but you can't invalidate it. So it's like it sits there in this state of non-being that they rely on because like you can't disprove a negative basically with half of these theories.
But Gimpy is by design. That's what they want to do. They want to put that doubt in mind. Like maybe he was a do funny. Maybe.
I mean, everybody has an agenda, and everybody's trying to master the propaganda war.
Yeah.
The thing is, look, the Greeks, the Italians, the Romans, we all know these guys.
The Turks,
they were kind of too do funny anyway. I mean, the Spartans and the practices that they had.
I do have a comment after you, Hafiz.
Go on.
Well, one thing I'll say is you have to understand too, and we're talking about the liberal city thing or whatever. Cosmopolitanism or people that dislike cosmopolitan stuff or speak out against that's been like labeled anti-Semitic, because yes, I mean you can say there are certain people that have espoused to Jewish people equals cosmopolitan or whatever. I get that, but at the end of the day, you have to remember these types of ideologies that people, that's why they go to the rural places to get away from, is that you're like guilty, like they'll push and encroach on you. And that's one of those ways to say, oh, you're anti-cosmopolitan. That means you're anti-Semite, or you're anti-this, you're anti-that. It's like, no, I just don't want to deal with y'all. That doesn't mean I actually necessarily hate somebody, but I just wanted to put that comment out there.
Anyhow, back to that point about the liberal cities. Everybody brought up New York today. In our lifetime, CT, do you know when New York was the most successful? In our lifetimes.
I would assume in the 80s.
Nope.
When?
Rudy Giuliani.
Oh, yeah.
New York was a Republican red state.
Yeah.
Was the most successful city.
Cleaned out the whole.
It was the whole broken window theory.
Pointing out that California, when was California the per capita the most successful? When it was a red state
under Reagan.
Yes.
Okay.
So like again, everything moves through the context of time, and things change, and power structure shift and whatever. So when you talk about Da Vinci and Van Gogh and all these artisans of the past and their liberalism, you have to talk it into the context of what was a liberal in their day, not what was a liberal in our day. And I would argue Da Vinci was definitely considered a liberal. They were very questioning of him and his lifestyle, not because he was a do funny, because he believed in things that challenged the normal, right? Yes. These people got in trouble for challenging the norm with science and technology. So
Galileo, for example.
Okay, let's talk about today, right? Let's talk about today. Okay. Let's talk about today. And I mean today as like the last, let's use 30 years.
I'm just pointing out that, again.
Give me the conservative Soho. Come on.
Nashville
is a blue. Nashville is blue.
The city itself.
I literally
right population.
I'm looking at Hafiz.
It's still conservatively. Okay, hold on, CT. They vote that way, but largely its culture, it still derives from conservative, rural Nashville, like fucking
American
culture.
Okay. Let me ask you a question. I'm gonna go back to earlier today. Cats, which is a famous Broadway show.
I saw that as a kid.
Can Cats go to Bozeman, Montana?
Probably.
Okay. Actually, I'm moving to Bozeman, Montana. Yeah, they're actually they actually could go there.
Can Cats go to Bozeman, Montana?
You mean okay? Are you talking about just travel there?
No, I'm asking.
Okay, because I'm going to tell you they're starved of the arts in rural places, unfortunately.
Yeah, those places, like, so for example, my in-laws live in a place that has a weird lopsided sense of arts, right? But like when you go to other places that they live, the minute something shows up there, the whole city shows up because there's nothing else to do. So if you have a theater that has 2,000 seats in a population of 12,000, and you have 2 times a year something shows up for 2 nights, those will sell out.
So what? Oh, okay. So this begs the question: what exactly? Let's use just the institution of Broadway. What is Broadway? Is it liberal or conservative?
That depends, CT. That depends.
It depends, right?
Yeah.
It does on
what depends on the production.
Not the production.
I mean, Also, why does it matter if we're looking at it's artistic? Liberal, I don't know that liberal and conservative actually apply in this, because you can have conservative people who are very artistic and they have very conservative values. Look at Joy Vila. She's a MAGA singer. She has more conservative values than others, but she's still a singer. It's art. Look at, okay, here's a weird example, but you wanted comedy. Matt Walsh, What is a Woman? A mockumentary making fun of trans, the trans movement. I'm just saying, like, there is humor, and they created a whole Cartoon Network for kids, a whole kids network. I mean, again, the Daily Wire, but you're doing it. You don't have to like it. They're just examples.
Look, Gimpy. I will say this. You guys remember back in the day, especially the 90s, Christian rock. That stuff sucked ass.
Oh,
I mean,
terrible.
let's be honest. It was horrific. It was like
It hasn't gone anywhere.
ears.
It's still here, bro. It's still around.
But no, I've listened to some like recent stuff, and they've changed it up a little bit, and they've managed to, like, and it's not as preachy and not stuff anymore. But it's
saying is it's like you have to look at it from an artistic point of view. You either are going to agree with the message or you're not. But it's the art of it that you want to. Again, I think that by judging it, whether it's liberal or conservative, that's why you choose to go or engage with it. Once you're choosing to engage with it, you're past that question, and now it's about the artistic value, the storytelling, whatever. And I think we fixate too much on politics in these moments when maybe we should fixate more on art. Discussion about
can I have just one quick comment on that too? Just two quick things. Number one, there's already kind of people out there making kind of like, you can say, taking using Saul Alinsky's tactics, like rules of radicals, and they're doing like subversive art. I would say an example for that on the right is Sam Hyde, whether you like it or not. He's kind of doing that kind of subversive art and comedy type thing. But also too, you have to understand the U.S. government has been funding liberal, or people that are liberal in the government have weaponized the federal government to have PBS and have, remember Piss Christ back in the day? So that's what I'm saying. Like, if we would have never let that happen, there would have been more parity with each other. But that's how the left wing kind of helped them take over the art.
AFR.
Sir,
who builds this? Who engineers this? Is it conservatives or liberals?
Libertarian.
Oh my God.
He's kind of right. I mean, he's right.
Engineers involved are conservative. I argue that.
You mean some conservatives are all in Silicon Valley making this shit?
Not only. There's
not only, but
they're all in cahoots.
Make that face, but it's overwhelmingly liberal, sure. But you're telling me that mathematicians and scientists aren't conservative as well? I mean, I'm related to a whole bunch of mathematicians. And
okay, well, are more mathematicians liberal or are they more conservative? Right. So how will we judge that? What metric will we do? Will we just do the? Can we use the Fields medal like as a indicator? Okay, these are the best, right?
Okay.
So these are the best.
Liberal or conservative?
Say what?
What I agree that you can pick the best from use of Field Medal Award winners. What's your metric for measuring their liberalism or their conservatism? How do you measure that?
I don't know. I mean, how do you measure liberalism? Let's talk about it, right?
Hold on. My stepfather was a rabbi and a scientist. He worked for the NSA, and he was an experimental physicist. That's pretty big STEM engineering, and he was 1,000,000% a hard right-wing conservative. I'm just saying, like, science breeds reason and logic.
Okay. So you can't simplify science between conservative and liberal. You can't simplify it like that. It's silly. It's silly talk.
Okay. Here goes the aspect of liberalism: diversity. Okay. Right? Would you agree with that? Would you agree that diversity is a metric, Gimpy?
I mean, that's sure.
Okay. Well, who tends to be more diverse? You want me to define liberalism, right?
I wouldn't say diversity liberalism is
like they're diverse in skin color, but not thought. Hold on, they're not diverse in the ways that matter. They're diverse in skin color, but that's pretty much it.
Skin color doesn't matter?
No, it matters, but you need to be more diversity is more than just skin color, though. It's diversity of thought.
Having liberals and conservatives is the diversity.
Exactly.
What are we saying is diverse, CT? Like, I think I lost.
Okay, so let's be honest here. Which side of the aisle is more willing to accept someone's spiritual beliefs? Is it the liberals?
Conservatives.
Christians.
They are
Christians.
Yeah, right.
Christians. AFR.
Yes.
No, he's
Yes.
right. He's right. CT, he's right. He's right.
Yes.
I'm sorry, he's right.
Because Christians.
I'm listening. AFR. Go ahead, buddy. I'm listening to you.
Oh no, I'm just saying, like they preach tolerance compared to other religions. Like there's extremist Christians that are less tolerant, but
AFR. If I were to go into a Christian church, let's use what denomination you want to use. Let's use Pentecostal. And if I went in there as a Buddhist, they're gonna just accept me with open arms.
They'll talk to you at least. They'll confer with you. They'll talk to you. They'll give you the gospel, but they're not going to be like hateful, like get out of here. You know, like that. That's not really Christian. You know,
you wouldn't get
AFR. Let me talk to CT real quick. CT. Let's be real. Where are all these religious people going towards? Like, let's say immigrants. Where are they going towards? Are they going towards the Islamic countries, the east side of the planet, or are they going to the Christian countries?
That's what I was saying.
The Christians are more welcoming to other people.
Okay, let me ask you.
Vice versa.
You heard of Catholic charities?
Close, bro.
Let's use that same argument then, right?
Okay.
How come these super conservative Muslims don't go to rural or conservative areas? How come they only go to liberal towns?
You know why? Come on, CT. You know why? Welfare.
Oh my! You all of them on welfare?
Honestly,
good amount of them, yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
There's no jobs.
If you get rid of welfare,
Hold on. No, you know what the scam is with the ultra religious? They don't get married legally. They only get married by religious standard, and then they go claim single parenthood. That's how they do it. It's not just limited to one religion, but there are ultra religious all across the demographic board. That's how they cheat the system.
Okay. Does Brigham Young? I sound like a goddamn liberal today now. Do you think Brigham Young has the atheist student as man? I'll call Brigham Young right now. Do you think Brigham Young has the atheist student?
That's a Mormon, sir. That's a Mormon, not a Christian.
Okay. Do you what's the Christian church? The real popular one. I can't think of the damn name.
Protestant.
Presbyterian.
Dude, I can't believe that everyone's throwing names out and none of them stuck. There are too many names.
What's that one? What's that? I can't think of the name of it right now. They played basketball.
Episcopalian.
Jesus Christ. Hang tight. Go ahead, guys.
Orthodox.
You know, Zach had one really good question that didn't get answered.
Baylor. Do you think that Baylor, they got the Atheist Student Association at Baylor? Yes or no? Come on, man. I'm going to look it up right now. Do they got the... Go ahead,
I'm
guys.
curious. I don't know. They maybe not.
Christians are so diverse, right? Okay, let's see. I'm gonna call right now, guys. You guys,
I can't believe you're doing this, CT.
Because we lying, bro.
Facts are facts, though, and numbers don't lie.
Go ahead. I'm listening.
Well, no, here, okay, CT. Like I said, like yes, you're trying to get parts of Christianity that may be not as tolerant, but the Christianity doesn't say. Like compared to other religions, I'm not going to say there's space for them to talk to people different from them.
No, dude, your answer to Baylor University, being a private Christian institution, does not officially recognize atheist student organizations. However, there have been efforts in the past to create spaces for non-religious students. None of them have worked.
Thank you.
But do atheist students go to the school?
My God, dude, they're not really like. Do you think they have a Buddhist student association? AFR?
See, of course, they're tolerant enough to have.
No, they don't have anything outside of Christian. That's what this answer is there's nothing but Christian orgs. There's no Buddhist. There's no Jewish.
It's Christian dominated. That doesn't mean it's not.
That's a micro level.
Hey, thanks for having us, CT. I'm gonna hop out because I'm a little busy.
Thank you so much, guys.
Appreciate you guys.
It's just like Gonzaga up here in Spokane.
Listening to you guys, man.
Same
I'm
thing.
listening to you guys.
It's a private school. They don't have to accept anybody that they don't want to.
Look, to be fair, Christian nations, real Christian nations, Hungary, Poland, don't let people in. In fact, they have their military on the border with Belarus and Poland to keep Belarus from funneling in Middle Eastern and African illegals.
They're more orthodox. There's an
invisible war on the border. So Christian nations are actually not as welcoming. And the argument is our nations aren't actually Christian by like their state of being.
Well, secular. They're supposed to be secular, but I believe this is a Christian. Actually, you know what? You kind of did demolish my point a little bit with that example, but the only rebuttal I would submit to that is that Eastern Europeans are mostly Orthodox and Russian, so they're a little bit more hardline on a lot of stuff compared to like Protestants.
Those are both Catholic.
I normally don't do this, man. Let me show you something real quick about these about tolerant conservatives.
Some of the Muslims in this room. How do you feel about it, sir? Are you a Muslim?
No. There's no Muslims here. There's no Muslims here.
Oh, there are no Muslims here at all.
This town's lucky to have black people in it.
Yeah, of course you're lucky to have black people. They add a lot to the society. Don't be ashamed.
He's saying there's black people in Kingman that aren't welcome there either, but we tolerate them.
Okay, so that was. Let me finish. Let me finish. That was a prank in some rural conservative town. They were pranking them, saying that, hey, we're going to open up a mosque. You should see the entire video of how these welcoming conservatives were. Conservatives are not as tolerant as other as liberals. They're just not.
Good. That's a good thing. That's not bad. That's good.
I'm not. Well, also to the way he was presenting, like it was all set up to make white people look bad.
God damn it!
Propaganda.
I'm trying to prove a point that liberals tend to be more diverse. I'm not rocking with the goddamn liberals. I'm just saying they tend to be more diverse.
They're diverse with their skin color. That's literally it.
No, bro, it's a whole host of things, man. I've been around, man. I went to school with liberals, man. I'm telling you, they tend to be a little bit more diverse, man.
I mean,
do you guys even like know a liberal? Do you have a liberal in your life?
Everyone's point. Can we, CT? To everyone's point, I'm trying to do you meet everyone halfway. You and everyone else. Okay.
Why am I fighting on behalf of the liberals?
No one's saying you're fighting on behalf of the liberals, other than you're a do funny advocate. We know these.
Well, I mean, we need do funnies in society.
Okay.
Go ahead.
My point is let's meet everybody halfway. Arguably, liberalism by design is not meant to be a unity of thought, right? It's supposed to be a diversity of thought, right? You agree to that?
Initially,
you guys,
yeah.
Right? You guys are saying that it's a unity of thought now, but that's new. That isn't what liberalism always was, right? That's a relatively new trend that they all walk in lockstep over the last decade. It didn't start that way. It actually was very diverse. When Obama got elected, he had the most diverse group that elected a Democrat ever. And not just in arguing competing positions. I mean, socialists work with the mainstream. It was the first time all the wings of the Democrats came together.
Rich, the poor.
And
can you not say that kind of happened with Trump, though?
Yes, but that's what I'm saying. Trump is changing the dynamic again, but now it's on the right-wing side where there wasn't a diversity. Now it's moving here because over there, they're forcing a unity of thought. But again, since he's not necessarily wrong with what he's saying, like liberalism by its design is meant to be more ideas to welcomed into the space so that you have a diversity of thought to get a diversity of solutions. I'm not saying it works. I'm just saying that was the concept.
I understand that.
I'm argue, but the argument you guys are making is it clearly failed because now they all walk in lockstep, and if you break the pace, you get it canceled or whatever they're doing today for it.
Well, you got to lick the boots of dear leader.
Pretty much. I mean, but that's on
which dear leader are you talking about?
Any of them, all of them.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah,
I mean, you need a leader. Are we gonna have mob rule? You need a leader. Who's the leader? Who's the right leader for the mob?
For as many people as possible. Like in America, we're divided down the middle, basically. No one side has a clear advantage. And again, maybe that's how it's supposed to be.
I think democracy and liberalism was a mistake for the West. It was a big mistake, to be fair.
Vance, I'm in America, man.
Yeah.
And, I know the conservatives don't like this shit when I do it, but I kick their backs in too. I challenge any conservative versus any liberal. Turn your cameras on. I could almost guarantee you would prefer to live in a liberal environment. Let's just be completely honest about it. It is what it is, man. I hate to say it. It's just the truth. Man, don't let these Americans lie to you. Democratic cities look better. They just do.
I live in London. CT, I live in London. It's hell. It's hell.
Arts and shit. Arts and crafts buildings and
CT.
It just looks better.
CT, I went to art school, CT. I went to art school in my 20s. I studied art.
I can't
They were
go
trying
to
to brainwash me, CT. They're trying to brainwash me.
I can't go to no goddamn conservative area and say, hey man, I would love to have some ice cream in a flower, you know, some stupid shit like that. I mean, even if it's just some weird shit, their brains just operate different. Conservatives, man, you know, it's just a off the road goddamn gas station, a McDonald's, and that's about it. Let's be honest.
Dude, I feel like you know what proves you right now that I'm sitting here thinking about it? Your interaction with Be Brave yesterday, bro. Because that whole imaginary scenario where what would they say to you being the black dude, and that's generally what you're saying is a conservative town where a black, right? Like, because that's what you're all the same and it's conservative, and then your black guy comes in, what are they going to say? So that whole exercise, I guess, proves you right.
I guess you have a different mindset. You're American, I'm in the UK. Bro, in the UK, the liberal areas are horrible, CT. They're horrible.
Right. You mean like a liberal as in how many rural areas? So you're liberal. Okay, so your liberal is what in the UK? That's conservative.
No, we're the same. Like liberal is
liberal. Labor is liberal.
Okay. Yeah, Labour is Democrat. Tories are the GOP.
Okay.
They're the same. What you're thinking of is Australia. Australia is the opposite. Australia is like liberal is conservative, conservative is liberal. In Australia, is opposite. CT in the UK, the liberal areas are horrible, full of Muslims, immigrants, shitty ass shops. The area looks horrible. When you go to conservative areas in London, they're lovely.
Okay, so the people from conservative countries came and destroyed the liberal areas. Okay, I got it. Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
Yes, that's like you guys.
Take that element out. I bet you would rather live in that liberalized area.
No, I live in a conservative area with Gimpy's people. I live with Gimpy's people, and they keep the area nice and lovely, beautiful.
But then you do know these people are very liberal.
No.
He lives around my people. He lives with the religious folks.
Yeah, I live with the curls, the hat, the whole shebang. Yeah, I live with the Hasidic. Yeah, I don't live with the Ashkenazi and the sellouts as the
Ashkenazi Jews, the hats and the curls. Those are the definitions.
Now, why is it that I do a show dedicated to liberals? Where is hold on for a second? Where is Linwood at? Where are the liberals at today? I'm doing a show dedicated to them, and I'm fighting on their behalf.
Clean up.
They're somewhere. They're watching a video of police brutality somewhere.
Hafiz, back me up, please.
Well, I back you up in the sense that yes, the liberals allowed basically people from the third world to come in and destroy the parts of London, but that's the extreme of liberal idealism. Berman, unfortunately, right? Yeah, they all think that everybody around them. This is the problem you guys are arguing. Is
can I just say, what do you think about Labour borough areas? The boroughs, the Labour borough, they're shit. They're horrible.
Yeah,
compared to conservative boroughs.
If you actually look at London,
this is a trend.
The conservative boroughs are actually the richer boroughs.
This is the trend worldwide.
Kensington, Chelsea.
Easy thing to see
throughout history. Oh, Chelsea's beautiful.
Yeah. But look. One thing I want to quickly say in regards to you guys talking about the Christians or the tolerant ones. No, Christianity isn't tolerant. This is a misnomer. The fact is that the Christianity that you guys deal with has been tapered by secular Enlightenment ideas. That has been it's been curtailed. It's been, the reins have been pulled in. You let Christianity go, it'll be as wild as any Muslim jihadi running around in the streets. The fact is that it's been shown that Christians can be just as violent and just as fanatical when it comes to their religion. It's secular Enlightenment values and the George Washingtons and the Jeffersons who separated church from state. These people were not fanatical Christians. These people were deists at best. So yes, liberty. Yeah, I mean, liberal ideals or Enlightenment ideals are what made Christianity to be, or at least appear as tolerant as it is. But no, go back to old school medieval Europe, and you tell me how tolerant they were. They weren't tolerant.
That's medieval Europe.
Yeah, I was going to push back. Hafiz, what do you think about the Coptics in Egypt and the Christian Arabs in the Middle East, where they're more level-headed compared to their Muslim counterpart? Like, I'd rather live with the Syrian Christians, the Egyptian Coptics, and all that. Compared to
that's because they're crushed. The minorities that have been crushed.
Hey, hang tight.
Okay.
Vanta, do you believe that Carl Sagan was a conservative?
I know Carl Sagan, but I don't know.
Do you think Albert Einstein? Dude, even listen, man, I'm not trying to take up for the liberals today, but there are truths about the liberals, man. Their brains work differently, a lot of them. And I'm not saying that there are no conservatives like that, but you ain't really got no conservatives in no mathematics and science.
Yes, there is. There's a lot of conservatives in the sciences and maths.
Who?
I can't name them, but they exist.
Name one. Can you name one?
You know how many Christian scientists have innovated stuff and made inventions?
Okay, AFR, can you name one?
Right now, I can't.
There's a
Kenneth
whole
Miller.
shitload of them.
Kenneth
AFR,
Miller.
Your brother, can you just name one?
I'll name one. Kenneth Miller.
There's so many of them, CT, and you
Can
know
I
it.
name
Stop
can I
acting
name
crazy.
an ultra-religious Jewish rabbi scientist, the Maimonides. He was a doctor, he was a scientist, and he was one of the leaders.
Do you know
conservative or liberal, Gimpy?
Conservative, ultra right wing conservative.
Well, maybe, but I mean, the thing is,
so if he moved to America, he would move to
he would be
South
a religious
Dakota.
Jew like you saw walking
Would he
around.
move? Would he move to South Dakota?
No, he would move to New York.
Okay, he would move to New York City.
Ask Gimpy why. Ask Gimpy why. Why Gimpy?
Why would he move to New York? Because of the Jewish
I'm
population.
sorry, he would move to New York, Chicago, LA, anywhere where there was a large center of Jews.
Thank you.
Liberal cities, right?
In liberal cities. Yeah, Jews live in liberal cities. It's safer for
Same thing with Somalis. Also Somali. Where would you go in America? Minnesota? Why? Because Somalis are in Minnesota. Not because they're liberal, CT. Not because they're liberal.
The bigger
you ask a Muslim where would he not rather go in America? Go to was it Dearborn? Isn't it?
Dearborn,
Michigan. Liberal city where he would be more safe from the.
Well, it's not liberal. It's the way they've all congregated now.
Community.
Yeah, but what
It's where their communities, just like the Irish who go to Boston.
Liberal cities are safer then, correct? So they're safer. So they're safer than the conservative cities, right? So they're safer, right? I mean,
per capita, yeah.
Oh, okay. So liberals are safer to be around. Okay, that kind of proves my point.
Liberal also more programs.
AFR, remember that nigga that used to come on here? AFR, remember that nigga that used to come on here and say checkmate every 2 minutes?
Yeah, I remember him. Lord Jesus. Hey, can I speak about the Jewish scientist thing? Okay, I'm just willing to bet that 70+% of the Jewish scientists in the Israeli military industrial complex are very right-wing religious guys. They're not bleeding heart liberals and stuff, and they innovate and they are scientists.
That's
so
statement. If we're being honest, AFR, like if you want an honest,
well, I mean,
no,
you just know who Isaac Newton is or was? Isaac Newton.
Yeah, he's one of the greatest scientists in human
history. He wrote extensively on theology. He was a huge Bible thumper.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, but also Isaac Newton believed in alchemy. Let's be honest. He wasn't correct. He wasn't firing. He wasn't hitting targets every time.
That's because he was pushing the limits. That he was an innovator.
Hafiz, to be clear, a lot of these like scientists and even like
you guys sound like FBAs now.
They were deists. They believe in God. Hafiz, can you explain deism?
Yeah.
We ain't got no conservative Isaac Newtons now.
Pascal.
But again, on the you see, this is some when I mentioned the artists Van Gogh and Leonardo da Vinci, someone said for their time they could be considered liberal or they could be considered, on the left. But compared to liberals today, they would be considered heavily conservative. But this is the problem. We're talking about time and space, so we're crossing different boundaries here. Someone like Isaac Newton, someone like Edison. He would be considered a conservative. Of course, they'd be considered a conservative.
Hafiz, can you break it down? Deism. Tell people deism. What is that exactly? A deist. That's what they were. Yeah.
You guys, everybody's intelligent. Okay. I mean, deism is basically believing in, not necessarily believing in a particular theology, but you do believe that there is a creator of the universe.
Dude, so I looked it up for you, because we're all supposing and we all have AI at our fingertips. So AI tells me that the following top 4 Christian or conservative scientists: Francis Collins, a physician geneticist, the Human Genome Project. He advocates science and is a devout Christian and has written about the harmony between science and faith. William Happer, a physicist and a professor emeritus at Princeton University. Happer has expressed conservative views, particularly regarding skepticism of mainstream climate change science. Stephen J. Malloy, a biostatistician and an attorney known for his work in public policy, often aligned with conservative viewpoints, particularly on environment and regulatory issues. Michael Behe, a biochemist who is prominent proponent of intelligent design. So he's proponent of God made the world, what is often associated with socially conservative ideas.
Okay, Gimpy, I know Francis Collins. Do me a favor. Who appointed Francis Collins to the top
the human genome?
The top science board in the country? Please do that for me. Who appointed him to? Oh, well, by the way, also do me a favor. Which university did he graduate from and currently work at? Just do me a big favor like that, because I would love to see if he works at a Christian or a conservative university. Or does he work at a very liberal?
That's for
liberal,
UCT.
Look. That's fine. CT, you can go there. You can go there with Francis Collins. But I've got a list of scientist monks. These people were monks in monasteries. Here's one: Roger Bacon, 13th century, a Franciscan friar, known for his contribution to optics, mechanics, and geography, and for emphasizing the importance of scientific experimentation. These are monks. You can't question their Christianity. You can't say they were deists. They were this. These people were friars. They took the oath to be a monk.
Francis Collins. How come she doesn't work at a Christian college?
She doesn't work at any university, but she used to work at Michigan University. She works at the NIH.
I'm talking about Francis Collins.
Francis Collins. I'm reading it.
Francis Collins is a dude.
Yes. He works at the NIH, and he used to teach at Michigan University as a genetics researcher.
Is Michigan University a liberal campus or a conservative campus?
Exceptionally liberal campus.
Okay. It's interesting. Okay.
By the way, I'm an atheist here, so I don't even know why I'm actually defending Christians being scientists.
You're still.
I'm a Christian right now.
Or conservative college. That's all I'm saying. Maybe my argument isn't going through. I don't know. Go ahead.
But why are you disregarding the Christian?
I'm not disregarding Christianity. You can be a liberal and be a Christian. What I'm saying is that we have this romanticism with being conservatives, and we're not really about that life, man. Even listen, if Francis Collins was really a conservative, why doesn't he just teach at a conservative university?
Okay, CT, let me speak. Can I see this? I'm not going to speak on that point. Hold on, give me a second. I'm not going to speak on that particular point.
It's a better university. That's why.
Hold on, I'm not going to speak on that particular point. One thing I'm going to say is CT does this thing where he does kind of both sides, and he tries to be liberal every few weeks or months on a few points. He'll go from race to Christianity, and he'll be the liberal dude that day. So he does this. So don't be confused, y'all. But carry on.
Well, no,
it's called kayfabe. It's wrestling. It's kayfabe. I know he's Vince McMahon. I know he's doing.
Discussion, and no liberals are calling in, so he's doing his
weird,
best
man.
He is. He's trying to steel man the liberal position.
I believe in some of the things
right there.
It
says libtard, call me Marxist snowflake.
Oh, there
you go. Uncle Fatty is clearly a liberal.
What's up?
Don't you have a flag? Look, is that a Confederate flag in the back?
Yes.
Oh well, hell yeah! That's a great paper coming into your capital.
Oh dear God, this is death.
Who is this guy? Is he anti-Trump?
I have no idea.
Yeah.
I saw Uncle Fatty on Barnabas's channel.
Yeah.
Oh,
and Ben, go ahead, Ben.
Hold on. He doesn't like Trump. Sure. Hold on. You don't like Trump, Uncle Fatty?
Okay, so no, I don't.
Why?
Let me ask you guys this. First of all, CT, why are you still wearing that stupid hat?
Uh-oh.
Well, I gotta get a haircut. That's really what I don't.
But why not wear the hat? Don't you want to make America great?
But I gotta get a haircut. Go ahead, guys.
We all know a guy out there, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's probably an addict, most likely. He's probably deep into his addiction. That has never been wrong in his whole life. Right? Everything he's ever done, he's been able to justify, right? He's never admitted fault ever, right? And when he does, he projects his own fault onto his enemies and onto the people that would be coming after him, right? We all know this guy, right, in our life.
Mm-hmm.
The guy that's never ever been wrong, ever, right?
I don't know if I do.
Right?
Some of us are
to
that
be a
guy.
Christian, but hasn't been to church for who knows how long, and his whole family is actually like, small hat. So, a guy that can't actually like name one verse out of either one of the Bibles, right? And when asked point blank, says things like, "Well, I think both Bibles are actually pretty equal, and they're both pretty good." Let's see, who else? What else does this guy do a lot? Oh, he's a philanderer for sure. He grabs women. He walks in on them.
Well,
he holds pageants just so that he can like get close to them, right? He hangs out with Epstein. He flies on his plane a
now
lot,
you're going into derangement territory.
I mean,
I object to the Epstein thing. Out of all the people who hung out with Epstein,
like colored people live in his buildings, and he gets sued for it, and then he creates his own Jewish league so he can give himself his own small hat trophy, right? Like
Uncle,
we all
come
know
on.
this guy, right?
When it comes to the Epstein thing, though, I have to object because out of all the people that I've seen
around on
mess
right
around
now,
with
bro.
Epstein,
Blue
he
jet,
was the
right?
least.
That is the
worst.
jet. That's the first time he ever got with his wife was
And
on that blue
he was the first to say, "I'm not part of the Epstein behavior." He
He said
rejected
a lot
Epstein.
of things, dude.
He wouldn't allow Epstein in Mar-a-Lago. He kicked out Epstein out of
He
Mar-a-Lago.
also said he didn't know anything about Project 2025, but like what 30?
Now
of the
you're going to
people that
Project
were
2025.
from the Heritage
Okay, but the thing
Foundation
about
are
it is,
now
how many
in the
times did
cabinet.
Bill Clinton go on Lolita Express, sir?
What about
Exactly.
you asked me about who? Donald Trump. Yes, I can talk shit about the best of them, especially Slick Willie. But he did balance the budget.
But he's a well-known degenerate, like
Right?
hardcore.
He did bail out Bush 1, right? He did get us financially stable enough to go back into Saudi Arabia and back into the desert again, So like,
Orange Hitler is trying to cut the budget.
Imagine this: the guy lied about, right? I did not have sexual relations with that woman, right? That was a lie. That's why he got impeached. Okay,
Dude, I didn't realize Clinton sounded like a drunken Texan.
Of nuclear secrets sitting in his freaking bathroom.
Oh Lord Jesus!
What?
Really? Well, okay. Can I say this? Is like, okay, the orange. Hold on. Okay, hold on, Uncle Fatty. Okay, besides Orange Hitler selling secrets, nuclear secrets to Putin or whatever, he's trying to balance the budget by cutting the federal government. But he's cutting the federal government like conservatives have failed to do. Even right now, I think Congress is really trying to slow them down or stop them or whatever because they're scared of the backlash. Well, listen, when somebody says I'm taking illegal immigrants off of the Medicaid and Medicare rolls, that I'm going to vote for that. So I'm sorry.
How do illegal people actually receive benefits if they're illegal?
They haven't cut my grandmama off of her Medicaid, Medicare. She still gets hers, even though my grandmother has other children.
Because he got rid of the insulin.
My grandma didn't eat hamburgers every day, so she doesn't have diabetes. She's like fucking 9 years old.
It just went from like $30 to like $600 a month again.
Didn't Biden increase the rate of insulin medication, like the price of insulin? It was under Biden.
Well, he worked. Actually, he signed legislation and worked on what Trump already started during his first term to lower drug prices, and then Biden did something else.
Voted against it, bro. Every one of them voted against it. They voted against the Chips and Science Act. They voted against the Infrastructure Act. What else did they vote against?
Because the Chips and Science Act was a giveaway.
Why did they vote on it?
It was a giveaway. The thing about it is we can help subsidize chip production here, but we should not be trying to make these people good trillionaires. Yes, make a profit, but no, they gave them too much money.
Good point. So we have a guy in the office that is unelected, right? Running around, doing whatever he wants to do by no commission.
What does Musk have to do with the CHIPS Act?
Right? With no security checks, no nothing, right? We're just letting these guys in, go run rampant through all of our numbers.
Hold on. What does Musk have to do with the CHIPS Act? Why do you jump from the CHIPS Act to Musk? I don't understand.
Into it.
I didn't even talk about him. You just did.
Talking about trillionaires, right? Who's trying to be the first trillionaire in human history right now?
Well, hold on. The chip maker. Okay, if we're going to talk about chips in the CHIP Act, the people that stand to make a lot of money is TCSC or whatever the Chinese company. So it's not even Elon Musk. But why do you talk about Elon Musk trying to enrich himself when he's not even a chip maker?
He's trying to become the first trillionaire, just like the four guys.
They are trillionaires.
Well, somebody, it's going to happen to somebody.
All of America.
Okay, but it's going to happen to somebody. Why are you? I don't understand.
Trillionaires exist. They exist, but they don't show it. But they exist.
Exactly. Like exactly. Some of the richest people, we don't know their names. We know like the richest people. We know 5 of their names. The rest of them, we don't know who the hell these people are.
Exactly.
Well,
you guys should listen to Elon Musk's interview himself. He said, I am not the richest man in the world. The only reason they say I am is because of my shares in Tesla, and that's all. But believe me, I am far from the richest man in the world. He knows who has real money.
We're not even on the game. We're not even like we're not even a figment of their little monopoly game that they're running in real life, right? But we're just going to allow these trillionaires to just do whatever they want.
Hasn't it always been that way? Why are you trying to make this into some like new thing?
It hasn't been
American man. Who do you hang out with? Who are your friends? Who are your friends?
Who me?
Yeah, who do you associate with in your daily life? In your I mean, what I mean is it a diverse group of people? Because I'm detecting something in your voice and your pronunciation.
AFR, have you spoken to Ben before?
I'm pretty sure I can kind of feel the FBA vibes already.
Get ready, bro. Get ready. If I was FBA, I would tell you that. I just asked you a question. All you have to say that's personal. I don't want to answer or whatever.
Oh no, I can answer the question. I can even give you like a pie chart. I would say like 40% of my friends are like white, 35% are black, and then everybody else.
Okay, enough. I detected it. I was right. All right, go. You guys can go on with your conversation.
So I can't have white friends? What does that mean? If I have too many, I have too many white friends? Is that what that
I is? Didn't say no, I didn't say anything. You answered the question and I said, gentlemen, go ahead with your discussion. I don't want to have a discussion around the question that I asked and the answer that you gave. So go ahead, gentlemen.
You a funny nigga, man. Like y'all I knew you whitewashed. So I don't know. Y'all always come up with these stupid arguments. Listen, man.
No, I didn't say that. No, I didn't say that. Hold on.
No, I know you didn't say that, but I feel the vibes.
Hold on.
I feel the vibes. Like you say you feel something, I feel something from you.
I'm gonna let you go, and then I'll go. You want to go for right now?
Yes, I'll go right now. Listen, it's just you're just like you're kind of judging the inflection of my voice and how my voice sound, or maybe my accent or something. The way you're kind of coming off, I can kind of feel those vibes, and I don't know you. I don't know who you are, but I'm just getting these kind of like you want to emotionally blackmail me or say like something like I'm subservient to what like y'all always come at that like to other black people, like, you know, and I feel that. I don't know, you haven't done it, but I feel that's what's coming on. Am I
okay? So let me know when you're done, and I can go. Let me know when you land your plane.
Mr. Ben.
No, none of that. And first of all, and second of all, I'm not a nigga, as you said, and I wouldn't call you that. And second of all, you know, I mean, if you've lived a while, and if you've been out of the continental U.S. to other countries, you pick up a skill of being able to detect or observe people as to how they affiliate, who they affiliate with, based on their geopolitics or their politics.
So who am I aligned with? Who am I aligned with?
No, I don't know. No, I don't know who you're aligned with. That's not the question. I'm not even getting at that. You answered my question, but you're giving filibusters in rebuttal to questions or assumptions I have not even made. So it might be you feeling something that is hyper projected on me based on how you feel, based on the question I asked you. So no, you answered my question. So we don't need to debate the question because you answered it.
Well, you have a reputation, so
no, you don't know me.
Well, what's your reputation? Well, okay, if I ask 3 people on these panels, what would they say?
I'm not a Democrat. I'm not a Democrat. Well, then you can ask me that. I'm on the mic. You don't have to ask 3 other people.
Okay. Do you have a victimhood mindset? Okay, how much do you talk about white people and what they've done to black people in America?
No, I talk to them around black people on a daily basis.
About
on a daily basis.
like slavery and stuff like that? Like slavery or like,
No.
you know, sundown towns and stuff?
First of all, I don't believe there's such evidence of a white race anthropologically. If speaking, genetically speaking, I don't believe that. Now, if you believe that, you have a right to believe that. I believe there's only one race.
So do you believe in European supremacy?
Well, Europeans do not go around saying that they're supreme. They don't go around saying that because they're more of a astute because of the lineage of the European monarchy. They're a lot more polished than the renegades that they let out of prisons that came to America and said they found the Americas or became the founding fathers. So
hold on. I know you didn't just call the founding fathers the founding robbers. You didn't just do that.
Listen, you can see me on the monitor, right?
Yeah,
Did you hear what I just said?
Hold on. I just want to be clear. Hold on. I just want to be clear. You just called the founding fathers of the United States of America founding robbers.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
What did they steal?
What they didn't find and what was not theirs. And now you tell me this, historically, did they not do that?
Well, when you talk about the founding fathers, I think they made a Declaration of Independence and they had
what did they do before that? What did they do before the 13? What did they do before the 13 colonies? And what did they do during the Continental Congress?
Well, before that, they were a part. Well, before that,
familiar with the Continental Congress?
Yes, sir. So I'm getting so from what I understand, they were just everyday people. Most of them obviously were the elite of their time. And they were quite young, a few of them, and they recognized that they weren't being treated like, fairly, because they were supposed to be Englishmen, but they weren't really being treated like fellow Englishmen, and they felt like they were separate people, and they went their separate ways, the way they did.
No.
That doesn't mean they stole anything. I don't know what you're talking about. They stole.
No, you're skipping over some things.
What did they steal? I don't really understand.
Okay, let's say, instead of I use your narrative, that they fled the monarchy.
They what?
They came to America because they were not being treated fair, right? As you said, right?
Well, a lot of those people were born in America. They weren't from like England. Like they obviously were born in America. They were there for generations, so they kind of were separate. They were.
Okay, were they immigrants? Were they immigrants or migrants?
At that time, no.
So what were they? Did they just come ashore and say, "Oh, we got away from England"?
They were people. They were literally there for like a couple hundred years. Like Americans.
Okay, give me the date.
Like they were there.
America did not exist then. The term was colony and colonizer. So the term America did not even exist.
Colonizers.
They were acting like colonizers. Okay, I can see you're not having a serious discussion.
No. Hold on.
No. I'm getting ready to mute my mic. And you can talk to the panel. Because you guys are actually veering off. Hold on. You guys are actually veering off. Wait, no. You hold on. You guys are actually veering off the topic. And I want to stay on the topic that the moderator said forth. We're talking about conservatism versus liberalism and so forth. And what are the things that are negative as it relates to conservatism and the things that are negative and or positive relating to liberalism? That's the topic.
Okay, I have a question.
I don't want to. Go ahead. Only one question.
Well, okay. So you don't think maybe two questions in one. Do you believe in FBA, like foundational Black Americans?
No.
No,
I'm not a foundational Black American. I'm not an ADOS. I'm not a liberal.
Okay, hold on. Well, ADOS and FBA doesn't have to mean liberal. But the question I have is, do you think the African slaves that were in America, obviously were foundational to America's, beginnings. Like they came over. You can't, your ancestors came on slave ships. Like, or do you think you were already here first?
No, we'll discuss that at another time. I don't want to be off the topic. Get the whole.
Okay, so you're not Native American, right? I just want to check.
No. Again, I told you only one question. Stop pushing the ball forward, moving the goalposts. Well, I'm gonna stick to the moderator's topic.
No, this is good. This is good.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get an understanding. Hey, Ben, I'm just trying to get a good understanding of you, sir.
No, you don't need an understanding of me because you don't know me. I don't know you.
That's why I want to understand you so I can get to know you, sir.
Oh, no. I said one question. We're going to go back to the moderator's platform and the topic. Go ahead.
No, we have our topic. You're good. You're good, Ben.
Go ahead.
So, Ben, so what I'm asking, Ben, is that, listen, I know you say you're not a liberal.
Well,
I don't know what
here. Let me ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
He was asking you a question, obviously, to gauge what type of black you are.
Yeah, no, I didn't understand.
And talking to him for like a couple of minutes, you can already see what kind of black he is.
No, CT, no. I was gauging his politics.
Okay, I'm going on mute.
I was gauging his politics, and I know what you're doing, CT. And especially when I'm on your panel.
I you to talk, but you went on mute. All right.
No, I went on mute, but don't see, as I'm on mute, I can still hear the panelists. So I can speak for myself. I was gauging his politics, not what type of black he is, where his social political dynamics are. It was basically solely on the topic of your discussion. You said you're going to kick in the backs of conservatives.
Yes.
So he may be a conservative, regardless of what his racial classification is or what he chooses to classify himself as. So I was trying to find out I was trying to detect where is his.
I'm an American. That's how I classify myself. I'm an American.
Okay, so you're an American. So what is your politics as an American?
Well, you can say I'm an American nationalist by my politics. I'm a nationalist.
So you're an American nationalist.
Yes.
Okay, I've never seen anyone.
Never heard of an American nationalist?
True American nationalists. I know who they are, but your type of American nationalist, I don't know what the hell that is.
Well, nationalism is about. Well, hold on. I can tell you there's a definition for nationalism.
I know what nationalism is. You don't fit that criteria. To me,
how so? Can you tell me how I don't, sir?
You don't fit that. I don't. Why you are laughing? You all right, brother? You all right, brother?
Just tell me how
old are you? How old are you? If you don't mind me asking, how old are you?
Dude, I asked you a question.
No, I'm not your dude. I'm Ben. You're American man.
At the word dude. He doesn't like it. You got.
I apologize. I apologize, Ben. I apologize, Ben.
That regularly for calling him.
Okay, I apologize.
And there's nothing wrong with giggling and laughing and having a youthful.
No, but you still haven't answered my question. How am I not a nationalist, or how don't I qualify?
You still have not stopped damn laughing. Okay.
It's possible that I find it entertaining.
What is the hell wrong with you, bro? You got a fella. What you all right?
Sorry.
Ben, what exactly are you attempting to ask AFR?
No, he's asking me questions. And then when I go off mic, then you start coming in trying to put words in my mouth.
Okay. Oh, Jesus Christ, man. Hang tight. AFR, after speaking to this, he's a 70-year-old man. After speaking to him for about 5 minutes, what can you surmise, sir?
He can't keep, like, his mind is not linear.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, we can't stay on one thing and like kind of get an idea out and kind of come to a consensus. Like, I'm trying to consensus build with this man. I know people don't realize it.
Okay, let's deal with this. Okay, let's deal with this. What kind of question? What question do you want to
The one I've been asking for 5 minutes. How don't I qualify as a nationalist?
You don't qualify for a nationalist because real American nationalists will not allow a person like you to be a part of their movement other for a scapegoat, cannon fodder, or an attack dog. and if you were that, you would go and congregate and hang out with those that are truly American nationalists, and they will prove to you in a minute or so that you are really not a nationalist. You may be a nationalist in your head, but you're not a nationalist in your functionality. And I can guarantee that.
Well, Ben, there are branches of nationalism. I will give you that. Granted, most quote unquote nationalists kind of identify as civic nationalists, so they don't put a premium on somebody's background or race. They put a premium on what they are, what their actions and what they espouse to, which is like the American way of life. They adhere to the Constitution, things like that. That's really more supreme to them than saying whatever race you are, then you have to love the nation. So the race and the nation together makes you a nationalist. There are some people that believe that, but they're not in the majority.
Okay, let me ask you this question. What does the Constitution say about the citizenry if they have a government that is a tyrannical government and that is not working in the interest of the citizenry?
What does that have to do with nationalism?
Those are nationalist values. That's the reason why nationalists always quote the Constitution, quote the First Amendment, the Second Amendment, the Third Amendment, Fourth Amendment, 15th Amendment. Why are you so giggly? Why don't you put your hand over your mouth the way women do when they laugh?
Because it seems like you're angry that people like the First and the Second Amendment or something. I'm trying to understand.
No, I didn't say that. I'm trying to figure out. We're having a discussion. Why are you so goddamn giggly as a man?
Because you're kind of like not making a lot of sense. You're not making a lot of sense.
Okay, what did I say that didn't make sense? Okay, what did I say that didn't make sense?
I try to. Well, you sound like a white supremacist. Like literally, I'm just saying you sound like a white supremacist that literally says that you can't be a nationalist or love America because you're not white. That's literally like.
No, I'm not saying that at all. I'm asking what group that you belong to. That I
told you I'm an American nationalist.
Okay, but where's your headquarters? Where's your affiliation?
I mean, most headquarters are online, but I associate with people with the same mindset I do. Like,
oh, so you affiliate with people that are like-minded? Okay, there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, it's called free association in America. You should give it a try.
Okay, yeah. Why do you talk out of your nasal cavity? Push words and tones out of your nasal cavity.
Why are you so upset at me? Like it's like this nigga been wanting to punch me in my face like the first
wait a minute. You're an American man. I would never call you a nigga, and don't call me one.
Okay, I apologize. That's just a part of the lexicon in Black America.
But again,
if I may, AFR, does Ben remind you of a dinosaur?
Pretty dated. I can't even see the Negro.
I know you're being funny. I just asked you to not call me a nigga or a Negro.
I said
Negro. Okay, sorry. You're trying to pop off American. You're trying to pop off American, man.
A descendant of African slave. I don't know. Like what the?
I can tell that you're silly. You're a grown man, but you're silly. You're a silly man. And you're a young man.
You bring the silliness out of me because you're kind of funny. I ain't gonna lie. You're like, pretty funny.
It's either in you, or it's in you. Either silliness is in you, or it's been put in you.
And Ben, if I may, what would you like AFR to refer to you as?
Ben.
Okay.
I refer to him AFR or American man. That's it.
Ben, are you a descendant of African slaves?
No, my lineage, the lineage of people that they classify as African go back predating the transatlantic slave trade.
So you were already in North America, like your ancestors were already here before the African slaves came over. That's what you're saying?
No. Stop with the sounds, CT, with the buttons. You know, you took a vacation, you started back, you got your channel taken, and now you're back on. You had to re-register.
Before you answer that question about being a Native American, what's so wrong with those sounds, sir? I mean, aren't those our cousins? Those are our cousins.
Why you never have short sleeves on? Why you always have a blazer on? CT, question I'm asking you now.
Ben, when you were in the military, did you question your white officers that were over you?
No.
Sir?
Yes.
Okay.
If it was unlawful, if they came at me unlawfully based on the military code of justice and military code of honor, yes, yes.
Blazer is unlawful. Wow.
Okay.
Wow. Dude, I can't
Jiffy, I think Jiffy, you and I should get along. Don't have me to go there, Jiffy. Let's not do that.
You just did this. You compared him wearing a blazer to you challenging an unlawful.
No. I asked him why. That's just a question. I'm asking a civilian that. I'm not asking an active duty soldier that. Or I'm not even asking a veteran that, which I know CT is not a veteran.
No, I'm
I
not.
asked him as a civilian. He's in civilian attire. I know why he doesn't show short sleeves. I just wanted to see what he'd be honest or brave enough to say why he doesn't.
In a blazer? Why he wears a blazer?
Oh, CT know what I'm talking about. But I don't want to go there with CT because I already got the facts of that.
This is why he wears a blazer? Is that the question?
No, why does he? No, I just asked him a question. Why does he never wear short sleeves, Kempy? Just like you have short sleeves. That's the question.
It's like half retired people are usually either angry or like super happy.
Yeah. And what is that?
He don't seem happy, but I don't know him personally.
Why would I not be happy? I've raised 5 kids. 2 of them have degrees. I own 2 homes. I'm an Army veteran. I get service-connected disability from my injuries in the military, and I'm retired as a network engineer. So, you still got some sound effects. Somebody's doing sound effects for you, but
so Ben, so you defended your nation, and that, in a way, you're kind of a little bit of a nationalist.
No, because you can't equate that with that.
Nah, you took the ultimate step to protect your country. Most people who love their nation do that.
I was a 19-year-old man that was placed in the military. You're not understanding.
Oh, so you were drafted?
Yes. So
well,
you
thank
don't
you for your service.
Don't thank me for my service because you don't know what I did.
I mean, you served our country, right? Or did you
not serve? What did I do? Go serve hamburgers? What did I do?
That's still serving. That's still serving your country.
You didn't ask my question.
I'm serious. I'm serious. No. Whether you sweep a floor, you do paper, you shoot at people, that's still service.
How old are you? The question.
How old? Oh, 41 years old.
41. Okay. Mm-hmm. Oh, you might be over the age, but depending on how things go, would you serve your country?
I did for almost 11 years.
So what branch were you in?
Army.
Army? Okay,
yes.
Where were you stationed?
Fort Drum, New York.
Training.
Fort Bragg, North Carolina. I was in Korea. A few places.
No, what was your MOS?
Oh, 74 Delta. Oh, I'm telling you, 74 Delta and 19 Delta. I had 2.
Oh, okay. I'll look that up. Okay, but anyway, you guys can go back to whatever you were discussing about liberalism.
No, Ben, I need to know where you come from, sir. Where do your people come from?
You don't need to know that. Just like I don't really need to know.
You're kind of black, but Ben, you're black as hell.
You say I'm kind of? You say I'm kind of? What is
you're kind of black as hell. So You know, I just want to know.
What is kind of black as hell?
I mean, Native American black or African black?
Man. Wow. Okay.
No, but for real, where do your people come from? Why don't you want to answer that question? It's kind of weird.
No, it's not that. No, it's not weird for people not to answer questions. What the hell are you talking about? People don't answer questions all the time.
How come you asked me a million questions? You asked me a whole bunch of questions and you don't answer them to mine.
I asked you two simple questions, and you kept giggling.
Because you a funny nigga.
Listen, I'm not your nigga, bro. Really, I'm not.
Sorry.
I'm not
you're a funny dude. I mean, oh shit.
I know.
Damn, you're a funny guy.
I know it's common for you to use that word. And you use the word. Not even. But I give you this. You're probably not even doing that in.
Only online. Only online I use it. I don't really use it in my everyday life.
Yeah, I bet you don't.
I'm only exposed to like the N word on the internet, and I live all around white people.
Real quick, Ben. You know something I'm observing about you. Why do you go back and forth so much with black men, but you don't go back and forth with the supposed white racists that are called into the show?
No. Well, no. That's not what your show is about. Today.
I know, but I'm giving you something I'm noticing. Right? Do you want me to be honest, or you just want me to just sit here and just laugh at you if you play any sound?
Oh, so this is your show.
Ben,
you have archives.
Ben,
I haven't went toe-to-toe with Saturday. I haven't went toe-to-toe with
Ben.
I'm not gonna let you slide with that, TT.
I'm making an observation.
I'm not let you slide because you know better than that.
I'm making an observation.
You ought to know better than
Seems
that.
like you
ought to know better.
Ben, you were trying
he just seems kind of silly and comical. Just because I asked him a question, he assumed that I'm.
Finish, please, sir, Ben. May I finish talking on my show? I've given you the opportunity to talk and do your own show before. You haven't taken the offer. Ben, you were trying to suggest that AFR was a white boy. The nasally comment you made about his voice. Who does he hang with? You are implying that he is not a part of the black culture. That's what you're doing. Ben, those days, how many times I gotta tell you this, Ben? Those days are over, bro. Like this romantic or romanticized black notion of culture that you have in your head. People our age. Damn it! Talk about you unmuting. I don't want to mute you, Ben, but let me finish. Jesus Christ, brother. Hold on for a second. I just ate some pizza. Excuse me.
Pizza,
brother, Ben. I get it, man. And back in your day, you could have gone into the barber shop and kicked knowledge to niggas. Oh, that's old man Ben, man. That's the OG. You know what I'm saying, nigga? Ben, you gotta realize, bro, those days are over. AFR is the type of black man that I would want to live in my black neighborhood. God damn it! Can I finish, Ben? Ben. All of this coon talk and Uncle Tom talk and you hang, Ben, those days are over, bro, and they are never coming back, brother. AFR, he hasn't said anything to you yet, but bro, he's from a generation where we've seen things that y'all generation ain't seen. Ben, you can't kick knowledge to a dude, man, if you ain't got no institution that this man could thrive off of. It ain't working no more, man. A lot of blacks, man, and especially younger blacks, they ain't into all that shit, man, that you talking about. I'm just gonna be honest with you, man. I feel bad because, not because I feel bad fucking you, of course not, you know. But I feel bad because a lot of y'all, man, these old people, man, 60 and old, well, maybe not 60. Y'all, you guys are dinosaurs, bro. Like, you guys understand, man. That shit don't work on the black community no more, man. All that I'm your old head and that shit don't work, bro. We've seen the globe now. We've seen it. And we've seen
what are we discussing?
God damn it. Can I fucking talk without you? Shut the fuck up.
There you go. Thank you. You back.
Yeah, listen.
Okay.
You were trying to do what a lot of niggas do. You were trying to punk AFR because you don't know him. But you didn't know
he's been on your panel before.
No. You didn't know he was in the military. He just sat there and let you talk. Ben, the jig is up, brother. It's over.
What jig is up?
God damn it. Ben. I'm trying to tell you, this notion that you ain't invited to the barbecue is up. Nobody wants to go to the black ass nigga barbecue no more. Those days are over. It's about power and influence. I could see if you were talking to AFR and you say, hey, brother, I'm 70 years old and I built a company and I got 10,000 employees. I want to hire you. Hey, man, AFR, hey, I'm pretty sure he'll shut up and listen to you. Man, but you ain't talking about nothing. Man, that's what I'm trying to tell you, brother. I'm just going to be honest with you, man.
Let me know when you're done.
Oh, no. Hey, look, I'll just say this, CT. He's doing the whole Joe Biden. You're not black.
Let me know when you're done. Let me know when you're done.
Ben, listen to me, bro.
Now, let's look at what you said.
Let me know when you're done. And then you said, let me know. Let me finish, bro. Because AFR, he's nice. He's not going to say what I'm going to say. He's super nice. You were trying to insult this man by calling him a white boy. You didn't call him a white boy, but that's not an insult. That's not an insult anymore, to be honest with you. Coons ain't shooting up the block. Coons didn't shoot that little girl and kill that little beautiful 5-year-old girl in Texas, nigga. Niggas did that. So now that everybody's hip to the game now, oh, you a lame. Yeah, I would rather be a lame than be one of you niggas, you non-achieving niggas ain't controlling shit, niggas. Man, all that shit is over with, being that you talking about. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I'm saying this, nigga, because I got still love for you, nigga. You're like a dinosaur amongst blacks, man. That shit may have worked 30 years ago, being 70 around some young niggas. Man, that shit don't work no more, man. To be honest with you, bro, I'm just gonna be honest with you. It don't work with a lot of blacks no more, man. I'm just gonna be honest with you. And I know it's a tough, man. It's tough hearing that. But you did try to low-key play AFR, bro. And I peeped that. And I peeped that because you could have done that in the 90s. Could have been in the barbershops. Niggas know you been. And you know that you could say something like that because that nigga, he ain't about to pop fly with you around other niggas. They'll check him, right? But ain't nobody on that no more, bro. And I'm being honest with you. That's why I said it seemed like you giving him a lot more smoke than you do some of these whites that call in here. And I'm done. I'm done for right now. Go ahead, sir. Go ahead, sir.
Okay. Now, let me ask you this question. You said that your generation or his generation has.
Hey, Ben, I got to bring you back in 2 minutes. I didn't even know that super chat was here. Hold on for a second. Say, get CT. Oh, get CT up out of here. Uh-oh. All right, I'll be.
Okay. Now, CT says, I guess your generation, his generation, my generation hasn't seen things that you've seen. I can make the same argument. Your generation hasn't fought for or seen the things that my generations have seen. Mm-hmm. There's a saying within the realms of academics and history that those that fail to understand history is doomed to repeat it. Okay, so you got the cell phones, you got crystal, got touchscreen, and you got Bluetooth and wireless and all that. Okay, I understand that, but that is not the nexus of achievement when it's being distributed and consumed by masses of people, numbers of people, and people. Put your hand down, and people that have contributed to that. So what's different? What's different?
Well, can we have a dialogue?
No, I'm not asking you a question. No, you're going to not interrupt me the way you didn't interrupt CT and the way I didn't interrupt you. Okay, so you may have all that. I wasn't making assumptions that you're anything. I'm thinking about your politics. But at the same time, though, I can see your face. So there's no way I would assume or suggest that you're white. Now, your politics might be conservative, leaning. That's what I was speaking to. And second of all, even on some of these platforms, too many men
are speaking.
wait. No. I'm saying CT said I was trying to assume that you were a white boy. I was suggesting that you're a white boy. How can I suggest that when I could see your face? So I wasn't making that assumption. I was digging down. I was drilling down more on your politics and your political affiliations. But on a lot of these platforms, the moderators and even sometimes people on the panel speak for other men when the men are on the panel, which is might be new in your generation. That might be the norm. But and when I was coming up, a man went and talked to a man and dealt with a man. And if you needed to deal with any business, you dealt with it face to face. You didn't deal with it behind no screen or anything like that. Go ahead.
I feel you, Ben. But one thing about your generation, because me, I'm like the first crop of Generation Y or whatever. I'm an 80s baby.
Mm-hmm.
And so the people from your generation, and I would say Gen X and the boomers, didn't really set up anything for my generation. And my generation continues to this day, the kind of same cycle, more or less, what's going on. So like the people that are like these boomers and stuff, like black boomers, they got all the power, especially black boomer women. They hold all the power in the black community. They didn't set anything up for us or anything for me to even.
Where does those groups you just mentioned, where do they reside?
What? What do you mean? What?
Where are they located? Where are they located? You named three. You said women and black boomers. What are they doing?
They live in black city. I mean, black, populated areas. I don't really
Hang tight, Ben. Hang tight. I was suspended for 8 days. AFR. I don't know who suspended me, or maybe it was just something with YouTube. I don't have a problem against Ben. When I turn this YouTube shit off, I don't even think about. I'm not gonna lie, I don't really think about the channel, to be honest with you. AFR, you're too nice with this guy. And that's one of the problems with our generation. We still hold on to this niceness. This nigga will sit up here and talk about racism, white supremacy. We could be talking about the goddamn Andromeda galaxy, and this nigga will talk about slavery. This nigga will talk about Jim Crow. Hey man, white man, he's working on a way to fold time and space. Here come this nigga. Hey man, it's time to get away from these blacks, man. They talking about something that ain't got a goddamn thing. Hey man, let's assume everything happened the way that it's told in history. Our generation is so far removed from it, we don't even have concepts of things like that. And they ain't coming back, bro. It ain't coming back. And if it do come back, we some punks. If any of that shit comes back, we some punks if we ain't gonna fight. This man, and I'm gonna bring his old ass back. But AFR, you being too nice to this old nigga. This nigga will derail the conversation to talk about slave hymns. Hey, nigga, ain't nobody. Nigga,
he don't answer questions. He don't answer. I've asked him a million questions. He's impervious.
AFR, I'm gonna kick this back in on your behalf. AFR, this nigga just told you he served in the white man's army, got the white man's pension, owns 2 homes, his kids are all college educated. What the fuck is he talking about slavery and oppression for? Hey, nigga, you ain't oppressed. Man, listen, these old blacks, hey man, they don't understand, man. Our generation is the last generation that's gonna hear this shit. These young kids, man, go up to some 20-year-old, 22-year-old nigga and try to kick knowledge, and you ain't got no money, and you ain't rich, and you ain't about, man, that nigga tell you get the fuck away from you, man. Like a 20-year-old. And nigga, most young kids ain't on that shit no more. And I've been around young kids as an educator. They ain't on that shit. You come in there talking all that black mentor shit. Me and my fraternity brother, man, he probably listening right now. We went to some school about 10 years ago, trying one of these helping nigga out programs. You know what the first thing the little black ass kids asked, and I didn't even mind it. The little girls specifically, what kind of car y'all got? These little kids, these 13, 14-year-olds, you know why? Because these little niggas and whites and Asians, they got these devices now, and all they see is wealth and luxury all across the planet. See, we were lied to as kids. Africa with the flies on the face, Arabs ain't got shit. You go all over the planet. Hafiz is there. He said Abu Dhabi. You see all this wealth. This old Negro is talking about a goddamn Model T. Gimpy, I was trying to be neutral today, but this motherfucker, this nigga is talking about a Model T Ford car, and niggas are driving around in Ferraris that go 250 fucking miles. This nigga is living in the past, and these old blacks, man, I'm telling you, man. I'm not saying this to be evil. It's a good thing that these old niggas are dying off, man. All right, that generation. And I don't mean that with any callous or hatred. I'm just saying it's a good thing that you guys are aging up out of here, man, because our generation is tired of hearing that shit. Tired of hearing it. And please, AFR, please forgive me for talking long-winded. Tired of hearing it. I'm tired of hearing about redlining and the Hampstead Act and all that. Motherfucker, that ain't got nothing to do with y'all. And the niggas who crying about it, AFR, you've been gone for a minute. I'm glad you're back. Countless times I've asked niggas, the Hampstead Act, redlining, turn your camera on. Nigga, turn the camera on. They live in the fucking 4 or 5 bedroom. I'm like, goddamn, how the fuck did redlining affect your ass, nigga? And you living in a beautiful home. You ain't living like them South Africans in fucking shanties. Nigga, you ain't living like these niggas floating on fucking water in Southeast Asia and women prostituting their goddamn 10 and 11-year-old daughters. Y'all ain't living like that. That's suffering. These niggas are trying to sell a product. I don't know if you ever worked in corporate America. I only know about this because I watched the movie Margin Call. I never worked in corporate America. Fire sale. You ever heard of a fire sale?
Oh yeah, I know Margin Call very well.
These niggas are doing a fire sale on racism. It's damn near it's damn near worthless now. So they're trying their best to sell this shit. They're trying their best to sell this shit to you. It ain't working no more, Ben. And I'm saying this out of love, nigga. Because if I didn't care, man, I wouldn't say a goddamn thing, man. That's when you know, damn, CT really don't care no more. See, when I stop saying it, that's when I'm like, that's when you really know I don't really care no more. AFR, the nigga was trying to play you. And I peeped that. And I didn't like that because countless of times white boys have called in here and he had talked to them for 2 minutes and say, oh, get that white boy up out of here. I'm done talking to that nigga. Well, ain't you talking back? These are people that you supposedly have a problem with. You should be talking for hours with them. Or you should call a KKK or a motherfucking neo-Nazi platform and get in. Man, I'll tell you, these blacks, man, they are the funniest people I've ever seen in my life, man. And blacks like you and I, man, we peep game a long time. I know I peep game about these old ass niggas, man.
A big thing is that they've already exposed themselves to the whole world. Every other race know this shit. Our energy and priorities are just totally backwards on the example. Like you brought up the 5-year-old girl and that rapper dude or whatever that got killed. Like there's a video circulating right now. You're probably gonna see it because Negroes are outraged. Where there was a call, I think it was Florida, where they got a person with a gun call and they showed up. You know, and the police got to respond a certain way to when they get calls like that and told her to get down. And they had their guns drawn. They didn't like shove it in her face until they get her. It was like, get down. And she got down and, you know, they handcuffed her and her child mimicked her movements where she put the little, and it's bad. It looks bad. Like where the child lays down and put its hands behind his back, just like the mother, which is natural. And everybody's like, they handcuffed the baby. They handcuffed the baby. Where they were just like, get down. And they both got down. You know what I'm saying? So people are more outraged at that, like we gotta kill, you know, Whitey, or we gotta do this, we gotta, you know, the whole shebang, you know, all that stuff. And then, but those same people silent about that little girl that was executed by her own people. No smoke for Pookie and Ray Ray executing little black children. But if a white person tells them to get down on the ground with their mama or something, that's like that's a bridge too far. We got to do something about it.
John Dunning with the $5 super chat, the industrial race complex. We talked about that yesterday. If a white boy, 2 white boys had run up on that nigga and gunned him down and accidentally killed that black girl, every nigga in that city will be marching and protesting. Man. Niggas ain't. That's what I'm saying, man. These blacks, man. I'm telling you, I say this because I love these. I still got love for these niggas. Still got love for these niggas. Hey, man, there's gonna come a time and day, man, where people just leave all dark-skinned people behind. Blacks, niggas, hey, man, white man, Asian, they'd be leaving the solar system. Hey, man, we leaving the solar system, man. Y'all partied and kicked it and shot dice and rapped for generations, man. We can't help the fact that you niggas can't do basic arithmetic, you know? So I'm listening to this dude, Ben, and I ain't got no problem with Ben. But what he said to you was foul. Who you hang with, you know, it's really your politics. Nah, nigga, if it was your politics, he would have just flat out asked you. And then the whole nasally comment, the nigga was trying.
Well, it's like they don't care what your voice sounds like. I didn't start trauma bonding. And I mean, like, you know what they did to us when we came off the slave ships? They used to hold us down. And you know what they did, all up in our booty hole. Like, that's, if I didn't start with that, then, so now I'm like one of them other Negroes. Like, I can't talk to him if he didn't talk about how our booty holes got hit, when we came off the slave ship. So them niggas is not done with y'all.
It's a fire still, man. They're trying to sell whatever is remaining of this asset, and it's not working, man. Like John said, the industrial race complex. Ben is trying to sell something that really doesn't even exist, even in his own life. It probably never did, man, to be honest with you. I mean, the nigga was probably born in 54. He probably lived in a liberal city, and they ain't experienced no racism either, man, to be completely honest with
you.
you,
I can tell you this is what happened. He was walking somewhere, and a white boy in a pickup truck said nigger as he drove by, and he's like,
that happened to me one time.
Yeah. Well, the thing about it is like, yeah. And it's just like, he was just like, see, man, we can't get nowhere they're going. It's like, it's one step from a genocide with these people. It's just like, literally, I think we've listened to other groups that use their weaponize their victimhood, like the small hats, let's just be honest, but at least they capitalize on their victimhood. You know what I'm saying? So that's my thing is, if black people are going to present ourselves as the victim, at least benefit instead of getting a check that keeps you under control like a slave. Yeah. And that's just my
hey, Ben, thank you so much, AFR. Ben, listen, I rock with you, man. It wasn't.
Let me adjust what he just said. Let me adjust what he just said.
God damn it, you black son of a Ben. Ben, listen to me, man. Listen to me. Man, if anybody rocks with you, man, it's me, bro. I'm saying this out of love, man. You sound like a goddamn dinosaur when you're on the panel talking to us, man. It doesn't make any sense. Hey, look, man, you know what AFR would probably love right now? It's probably, and as much as AFR, he rock with white people. Man, there's nothing like if a black man owned a company and said, hey, brother, I own a company. I'll pay you. I'm gonna start you as an executive position. I'll pay you about $150 a year, man. Man, I'm telling you. Hold on for a second, give me. AFR, most black men, man, we love that. Hey, man, wow, man. Hired by a nigga, working for a nigga. That's a dream come true to a lot of blacks, Gibby. Did you know that? That's a dream come true. Working for a black man at a black man's company.
But they won't offer me a job. Like, I've actually tried to team up with black men out where I'm at to start a security company.
That nigga gave you the runaround, didn't he?
Yeah, I'm like, I got $5,000 to $10,000 to invest. Let's find 3 or 4 more brothers and let's go in partners. No, this is like, no, that I don't agree with this politic, or I don't, what I'm saying, like just the smallest thing, so we could throw each other away instead of coalescing around what we're strong on.
Can you imagine a 70-year-old white man trying to kick knowledge to a 40 or 30-year-old white boy who pays his taxes, just works? That shit ain't happening, man, unless it's your grandfather or father, maybe. But the fact of the matter is, and I wish Ben would understand this, Ben, ain't nobody listening to you, man, unless you offering something, bro. And I'm just gonna be blatant with you, man. I hate to abuse you like this, man, but AFR is a good friend of mine, man. I've known him for a long time, and I didn't really like that shit, man, to be honest with you. I'm just gonna be honest with you, Ben. And the fact that he let you talk, and then he like, yeah, I was in the military for 11 years, longer than your ass, Ben. I was just sitting back. I wasn't gonna say anything. I'm like, I'm gonna let the nigga talk, because nigga don't know what he talking about. And again, Ben, man, this is all.
Did Ben see combat?
He said he's a combat vet. He said he's a combat.
Okay, well, at least we got that in common too.
He actually knows how to fight too. One time he stood up and was doing a nunchuck thing. Listen, Ben, listen, man. Before I bring everybody back, Ben, this ain't personal, and you ain't even got to respond to me. But I'm gonna tell you what younger black men want. Now, I grew up with my father. My father's still alive. I'm pretty sure AFR. Other people did. But all I'm saying is, Ben, it's a dream come true. Gimpy, you ever seen Harlem Nights? You remember the last scene in Harlem Nights when they all drove? They defeated the white man and they drove off into the sunset to Chicago. Yeah, that's the ending of that's how I envision a black man. You ain't never gotta work for the white man, brother. Here you go, $150,000, $200,000 a year. Man, that's a dream come true to a lot of blacks, Gimpy. And I'm telling you a secret. Well, I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't like working for white people. I ain't gonna lie.
Well, I mean, it's easier to yell about white supremacy instead of offering something to other black people.
Hey, man, I want to work.
You guys have a strong wish, but you all end up working for mine. So, I know you sit here, you throw smoke at my people all day, but we're the ones who give you the most jobs. So,
and so AFR, when I hear Ben, he just talking, man. He ain't building shit for nobody, man. That's what he don't get. And the nigga is gonna come back.
I got my 2 houses and my kids educated.
Basement. He sits in the dark when he's talking with sunglasses. I look, if it's a medical condition, I feel bad, but like the dude literally is in the basement every time. And you're saying like
cousin,
I don't know, but like the other day when he asked, I want you to just see the glasses, the reflection of the glasses.
God damn it. Hold on, man. Vanta. So you're not an American black.
No, I'm not. Thank God, by the way. Yeah.
Vanta, Vanta, let me tell you something. A lot of blacks won't admit this. And a lot of us, man, we would love to work for a black company, man. Like in we would love to work for a black company, man. Like go to a
niggas don't pay.
Hold on for a second. Hold on. See, I would love to work for a big major corporation. The C-suite executives, niggas. The board of directors, blacks. You walk up to the building, it's the American flag, and underneath it is the RBG flag. Woo! Man,
I get it.
What?
However,
it's that
flag. However, let me counter CT. Let me counter
owned by an old black man industrialist. White people for generations, they had the luxury of working for old whites. Yeah, yes, boss. Yeah. White people, y'all think niggas used to say yes, boss. Whites say that shit all the time. Yes, boss. Did you? Oh, Mr. Chapowski. Listen, Ben, you ain't one of those blacks, man. That's what we want. And until you build that, you can't talk to these blacks. It's over. It's over. Go ahead, Vance. I'm bringing this old nigga back.
Okay, a counter. Yes, ideally, I agree. Ideally,
like Boomerang, yes, like in Boomerang, Blackberry.
But in practice, it doesn't work. CT, I
will real quick. Blackberry, it's just I wouldn't sleep with Eartha Kitt to save my life. She was.
Come on, CT. No, Eartha Kitt, really?
But you sleep with Mike.
She was 75 years old in the movie.
Oh.
I thought you was talking about the old Batman.
I said, damn, man.
The younger version.
Catwoman.
The younger. Of course. Oh, come on, man. Of course.
Please.
Go ahead, man.
Anyway, there's a market for me with old coochie. Where you at, Granny? Holla at your boy.
God damn it, Vic. All right, let me counter CT, and then you can talk all you want. Let me just counter real quick. I won't be long. CT. Africans, right? They have businesses. They run hotels. They run salons, etc., etc. Do you know why African businesses fail? Because of other Africans. Hey, my brother, I'm your cousin. You're my auntie. Blah blah blah. Give me a discount. And guess what? Crash. It just burns. It fails because Africans have that mindset. Oh, I see another African business. That means they're gonna give me a discount. They don't believe in full price CT. They don't believe in full prices. They don't believe in full. They don't believe in full support.
They don't.
Real quick, American Dad with the $2 super chat. Blacks like men are destructive to black progress.
Dang,
And,
a black dude gonna tell a white dude how to do
and Thought says for the $2 super chat, love you for addressing the racism of people. Hang tight for me, Uncle Fatty. Hang tight for me, Vanta.
Okay.
So white people are giving each other discounts now?
No. American Air Force. I got this. I am talking about multinational corporations that have a set pay scale, not some mom and pop nigga under the table. Hey man, I pay you. Hey man, I ain't got the money. I pay you tomorrow. I ain't talking about niggas. That's nigga shit. I get what you talking about, man. To trust me, y'all talking about nigga shit. Working under the table, working at some. No, I'm talking about creating a multinational company that has a set pay scale, something you can. I ain't talking about what y'all talking about. Respectfully, I'm talking about a at scale corporation. That's what I'm talking about. I ain't talking about some nigga who got. Hey, I got about 5 homes we could cut the hedges on and cut the grass. No, fuck that. I'm talking about major corporations, man. That's what I'm talking about.
See, CT, can you give us like an example? Like, I don't know. I can't.
I'll give you an example. Hey, man, I'll give you an example right now. In my own, I'm gonna call everybody. I'll kick in my own fraternity back too now. In my own fraternity, it's niggas that are accountants. It's niggas that are. I just use accountants. You mean to tell me all these goddamn accountants that are black, they can't form like a KPMG? They can't form one of the big fours? You mean to tell me you niggas can't get, not even just them, but you niggas can't get client after client after client, all types of clients, and do the same thing KPMG is doing? Stop it.
But CT, I'm talking about like Fortune 500. Is there a company?
KPMG is a Fortune 500.
Okay. I'm learning. All right, got you. Okay. So you're saying that company should be focused on the black.
No.
Build up.
No, focus on blacks. No. It's ran by blacks, but we talking about getting. I said multinational, not multi-negro.
Oh, yeah, but you want
multi-negro. No, multinational.
Right. Well, but you want
the main thing is a good back.
Aren't there?
Well, the thing about it,
aren't there big corporations in Asia? Hey man, look. We go ahead.
Look, it's just good business practices. That's it. Business models that work. That's the thing about it is like that's what we refuse to do as a collective. Every other collective of people see something successful and they replicate it until you got to innovate. For some reason, black folks do not want to do that. They just don't. We just don't want to do that.
I got a cousin who works at Bain Capital. She does consulting. I can't really go into it. You mean to tell me black people can't go, not even just get black clientele, but go over to all these different countries, these big companies, and say, yeah, we want to consult. We want to consult with this, that, and the other. What's stopping blacks from doing it? What's stopping blacks from learning?
You know what? Actually, I'll give my suspicion. There's going to be one. Well, I'll say one. Okay, sorry.
Go ahead.
No, I'll say if it's a whole conglomerate or not conglomerate, but they're trying to start a KPMG or the other one, and there's 20 of them. There's 20 black accountants getting together. There's gonna be one slick Negro that's gonna make some business model, whatever, and pull the rug up under for somebody. And people are keen to stuff like that.
I know, but what I'm saying is that if there is what I'm saying is model yourself after the best, and this is a problem in the black community. Yeah. Everybody, fuck the white people. So when you say fuck a group of people, you ain't studying what makes them great anyway. So the fact of the matter is that Ben, listen, bro, you're gonna have to your generation. If you're not really like an industrialist, man, you can't really kick knowledge, bro. It doesn't work anymore. That's all I was trying to say, Ben, at the end of the day.
Okay, I got your message.
Thank you so much.
You're a smart man, right?
No, I'm not. No, I'm not.
You don't know how you don't know how your channel got canceled? You didn't look into that? And look into the YouTube policies? I'm just asking a question. I know you don't know who, but I'm asking you, do you know why?
Ben, I know exactly why I was struck.
Okay, do you think anybody else in the ether of streaming knows that?
Yes, Ben. Yes, brother.
Okay, okay. Thank you for answering my question, sir. So kindly. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
He literally said nothing.
No, I said what I wanted to say, that CT kept muting me and put me backstage. So when he finished his tirade, I asked the question that I wanted to ask. Because in the middle, somewhere in the middle of that, he said he didn't know who.
Hey man, hang tight, Ben.
Can I say hi to my Nigerian nephew, my neighbor, and my cousin Vanta? How y'all doing? Man?
Wait, you coming Nigerian? Vic,
no,
he
went across the channel, then,
hold on for a second, guys. I'm being serious. I'm being serious here. I'm not trying to go in. I'm not trying to go in on Ben AFR. But there are days where I'll think to myself, why isn't Gimpy? Why isn't Uncle Fatty worshiping a black deity? You know, some nigga. So, you know, we construct some statue, and how come they ain't worshiping a nigga? You know, like a image of a black. And we just make up some story, some spiritual.
The Great Plains Spaghetti Monster is not.
People aren't naming their. You ever want? God, hang tight. Hey man, y'all ever wonder, man? Hey man, how come Uncle Fatty and these whites and these Asians ain't naming their kids after black people? You know why? Why are black people always naming their kids after these people? I want to control the planet, and this nigga Ben calling in here talking about around the corner little neighborhood, little nigga shit. I want to hear a black man call in and say, AFR, I didn't like some of your rhetoric, but I'm going to show you something. I got a company with 10,000 employees. I'm going to show you who boss. See, I want a nigga to call in like that. That's this nigga age. Not some 70-year-old man collecting some pension from the white man's military. That's embarrassing. You niggas. And then you got this Somali right here. This Somalian. He's so comfortable. He trying to kick knowledge to black Americans. That's shameful. And he does it because of niggas like Ben. Hey, man, this nigga Ben crazy. That's why he does it. Oh, yeah, CT. If black people did this, and here go a Somali kicking knowledge to black Americans. And they do it because they see niggas like Ben. I want to gain control. Ben, I want a 70-year-old black man to be powerful. Not some nigga talking about some ice cream he didn't get when he was a kid from a white man. That's suckers.
I kept seeing that in the chat. What is this about? This ice cream and then like the white man's ice cream is colder.
That's the reason why Ben hates white people. White man wouldn't
When Ben was a kid, he said one day he was with his father and he wanted some ice cream, but I guess his father told him we can't get that ice cream because it's segregated ice cream or something. And Ben he's
traumatized that little boy for life.
And all I said to Ben was, Ben, why didn't your dad just build his own ice cream stand in the hood or in the neighborhood, black neighborhood? Hey, have black kids. When I was a kid growing up, the ice cream man wasn't no goddamn white boy driving through. It was blacks driving through them trucks. We didn't buy no goddamn ice cream from. And when I was a kid, I'm just gonna be honest with you. Our black ass parents, they would have said if some white boy running around here trying to sell some ice cream, call the police on that white boy. Probably put something in that ice cream. That's the way it was, and it should be like that.
No, it shouldn't.
No, it shouldn't be, but I understand the sentiment. We had Puerto Ricans, but it was mostly black in my neighborhood.
I ain't about to have some white dude tell me how black neighborhoods should run. See, that's what I'm talking about. Don't you see, Ben? They do it because of people like you. See, I bet you he won't say that shit again with me up here. How you gonna tell a black man how to operate business in a black neighborhood? He said, "Oh, they shouldn't do that." What? Don't you see the idiocracy, Vanta? Vanta, you got to look at it from my perspective. Now, here you go. The neighboring country in Africa, The bitches are walking around with plates in their lips, and you trying to tell African Americans how to operate. Don't you see how absurd all of this is? How can you tell? No offense. I mean, I rock with you, Vanta, but you're from Somalia. Somalia, of all places. And you try to tell black, and I know why you're doing it. Because you look at a Ben and you say, God damn, these blacks are weak. Ben, this is why you shouldn't call in here trying to do what you're doing. This white boy Ben just literally said, that's not how business should work. He talking about telling me how business should work in a motherfucking black neighborhood that he ain't never going into. Vic, that white boy ain't going to no black ass neighborhood trying to get some goddamn ice cream. Why the fuck do you care about the ice cream
go to
production in a black
dismantle
neighborhood? Why do he care?
He'll go as a health inspector to shut it down.
All right, I'm over with. Go ahead, guys. I'm done. I'm done.
I work those neighborhoods, bro. Tell me I don't.
That's never been better, CT, if you'd allow me to reiterate the story, because you got the whole story wrong. You're younger than I am.
Don't even tell the story. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
No, I'm not telling the story. I'm saying that's the first example I've seen, and it wasn't in my neighborhood. We were on the road to another state, and I was telling you my first example of experiencing that was with my father when we were on the road, and we stopped for some gas, and there was ice cream being sold. So you got that all fluffed up for your panel and your audience. Then you kick one guy out because you're saying he's telling you how to tell black people run their business, and he wouldn't even go into that. You see, CT, I give you the credit. You're good at what you do as far as your channel, and as far as your followers and the squiller that comes up and the super
Why
chat.
y'all always talk about this man's money, man? Y'all always pocket watching.
Thank you so much, Vic. AFR. I'm a loser amongst my friend circle, believe it or not. Hey, I got friends. They work at Fortune 500s. They have steady, so I got steady jobs. They worked at for 20 years. They work for big. I told you my little cousin. She works at Bain Capital. Yeah,
that's Mitt Romney's outfit, right?
Yeah, I got family. I'm a loser. This man is looking at little super chats coming in. $5 here, $10 here, $20 here. I've seen people in my fraternity, friend circle. I know, allegedly, I know 2 people in my own life who have cleared 1 mil. It's hard working bonuses and working a lot. I know people who make money that you wouldn't even believe. Not a lot, This man worried about a nigga making super chats. Don't you see? These small scale niggas don't get it. This nigga is worried about super chats. He ain't worried about the bigger picture here. Ben, you know what? I would respect Ben if he said this. Chaotic, I got 100 of my people to call into your show, watch your show. This nigga, he talking about watching your super chats, man. You do your thing, and you got these people here. You know what you're doing, CT. Yeah, what am I gonna do? I'm doing what anybody else does in America. Operating the business. AFR, I know you are a man, but I had to. You see, he doesn't know who you are, but I really felt that he slighted you. But listen to this man.
But they used to doing that. I mean, that we
they used to doing that.
Yeah. They used to
And
just see some random thing, just like, just try to keep us in line.
Yep. Super chats. There's people out here making 150, 200, $300,000 a month. And that's just in February. You got people making real money, and this man is worried about me getting $2 super chats from Vanta. Don't you see these niggas? They're stuck in some. The nigga the other day, and I hate to go on being like this, man. God knows I do. I hate to talk about the nigga like that because he ain't part of the show. American First Rifle. About a few weeks ago, this nigga Ben said, I bought $45. Somebody paid $45 to get you off the check. I said, God damn, this nigga, he don't even know that $45 is the. And I'm not knocking anybody giving super chat.
That's something, but I mean,
for $45 to an adult, and I'm not even going there because I don't want to undermine the people's super chat, but he don't even know, man. I told the story about a family member of mine.
Well, he doesn't understand some people add value, man. Like,
I told the story about a family member of mine after that. I said, Ben, I got an old elderly family member. She's in her 80s. She was mad at me. No, she wasn't mad at me, but she was mad one day. I was like, what's wrong? She said she tried to get some boy in the neighborhood to cut her grass. I think for like $20. And she has like an acre of land. I was like, you know, God, when are you having Alzheimer's? You must be telling me a story of you trying to pay a boy in 1988 or something, $20, because you ain't about to pay one of these kids who are seeing their fellow peers making millions of dollars just playing video games online, $20 to do some physical labor like that. Well, I don't understand why $20 was. I would have done it for $2. Well, you ain't did it for $20. What that little boy ain't about to cut no goddamn grass for $20. At minimum, you need to give him at least 100, 150. That's at minimum.
Yeah, acre. I mean, that's even pushing it. Shit, for an acre.
She's not. What happened is that she's stuck in the past. Yeah, $20 back in 1988, bro. That's the equivalent probably of $50 out. But these kids have seen so much that they are able to negotiate now because they've seen it. They've seen it, bro. Think about how many kids when we were kids growing up, man. The idea of a millionaire being a teenager was absurd. If you weren't a movie star, these kids are seeing video gamers, just kids doing stupid. Dude, IShowSpeed, man. Dude, IShowSpeed was making what $3 or $4 million a year when he was 16 years old, just living with his mom. His mom used to come in there and like push up, like she used to like push the camera off when you got too loud. He was making $3 million a year. It's a goddamn teenager. How can you get not?
And CT, the worst part about that is some of these people are actually not talented and they're really stupid too. That's another thing.
That's the thing. So these kids are watching like IShowSpeed. Me and you can never go to IShowSpeed and try to kick knowledge to them. He look at you like, what the fuck are you talking about? Nigga, I've been to every country. I've done this. I've done that. I've made this. I've associated around this. Oh, and by the way, I'm 19 years old now. He's done more. What the fuck are you talking? These people don't understand what the fuck is about to happen here. Automation, bro. These fucking trade jobs, these fucking service jobs, man, these fucking law and all that shit. Man, watch these computers take over that shit. These motherfuckers are going around. They're going around crazy now, man. I'm telling you, bro. People aren't preparing. People are going crazy, and they are not going to be prepared in the next 5 years, man. Ben is not going to be prepared in the next 5 years, man. When not just people like us, but in his real world, when people say, "Hey, man, I ain't listening to you because you ain't built shit. You ain't built nothing for us, man. You ain't built no major companies for us." God damn it. And I hate to, and you know, Vic, you know, and I hate to do this, man, but I'm doing it because this is like a consultation for this dude. You can't kick knowledge to blacks anymore, man. We've seen too much, man. That's what I'm trying to tell Ben. Ben, we've seen too much. 70-year-old black man, and you ain't built no company for blacks to benefit off of, man. I ain't listening to you.
Oh no, he got 2 houses. His kids is educated.
Everybody got. See, that's the thing. Everybody has that. My dad, when I was a little kid, my dad owned a dozen damn properties. He used to rent them out, and some of them were in the hood. But
well, he wants somebody to venerate him for doing the bare minimum. What everybody
you're doing what it's just like with education now. Every fucking body has a goddamn degree now.
I can't relate. I can't relate.
Well, I'm getting mine now, and I'm old as hell. So It is what it is.
I came from money. You know, my dad took care of dang near the whole generation of my mother's siblings, family, all that. So I don't understand it.
CT, that's your question.
Yes, Ben.
How come you don't work for any of your? How come you don't? How is it that you don't work for any of your frat brothers? Your branded brothers?
Because again, they haven't built a company at that damn scale.
Oh, they can't get you in just through nepotism or through.
I don't want to. Damn it! I don't. First of all, I
don't
like.
I'm just asking you a normal question.
Why?
Why? These old Negroes can't hear. They usually can't hear.
No, I'm asking
why
you a question.
He messing with me? Why? Does he do it this way?
Alcoholic Billy Goat Gruff. What you said? What you
Your mama's so fat she jumped in the air and got stuck, old man.
My mama's resting in eternity. So what would you bring up my mama?
You know these Negroes old because he said Billy Goat Gruff. I ain't heard that in 30 years, nigga.
No, I want to ask him, why did he bring up my mama? Why did you go there, Archie? Like Archie, why you go there?
You always talk shit with
no,
me.
I never said nothing about your mama. I don't know your mama.
I ain't said 2 words to you. I was singing.
Yeah. No, thank you.
I'm tired of your shit. Cause I'm like, so CT, you ain't built nothing. You a boomer that left us Gen Xers in this spot, and now all the younger generations is blaming us.
Tell him. Thank you, Vic.
What is your mission? Okay, so now it's we haven't done anything. We haven't done anything. So what is your business model? What is your mission? What is your mission statement, and what is your business model?
My YouTube channel is a business, and it ain't even got 500 subscribers.
Wait, hold on. Let me deal with this. Let me deal with this.
Ben, old man. Boomer. Away with you, Boomer.
You're not even real Somali.
Shoe fly.
You're not even a real Somali.
Bro, you look like a mosquito. Okay, you look like
a bug. My mom's a boomer, so that's all that needs to be. That's why I don't like boomers, because my mom's a boomer.
You're not a real
my friend is boomers too. But
you're not really Somali. You're not really Somali. And you know you're not Somali.
Man, listen to me.
No.
Not really Somali is a space alien, but
Ben, listen.
He got that gin in him, and he know that. But anyway, it's enough for me and you, CT. I just asked you, how did you get your channel counsel? And I asked you, were you a smart man?
Ben, listen to me.
And if you are, you know how your channel got counsel for 8.
Ben, listen to me. Nothing that I say to you is personal. All I am saying.
No, nothing I say to you is personal. I'm just asking basic questions. How do you know who got your channel counsel?
I have.
You don't know.
I have my.
So why? Okay, who you think it is?
They told me why. They told me.
Do you think